Hello there, friends. I can hear myself. And it's not great. There we go. Much better. Things I don't want to hear myself. You know, since buying this microphone not that long ago. Oh, by the way, hello. Before I say hi to you, real quick, I may have accidentally just injured myself right before streaming. Pretty dangerous injury. I don't know if I'll necessarily recover from it, but I moved. You may notice the unk-ass couch. We moved it back over there since I beat Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm going to refund it for a full refund. While moving it, turns out the back of it was apparently stapled together by some fucking rune-forged adamantine nails. And like, I just want to describe how this happened. So I pushed it over there, and then I reached over to grab like the corner of it, and I was going to do like a yank to kind of like turn it and get it on that wall. As one does a yank on a couch to turn it, right? Turns out I put my hands on two nails, and there was a nail on each finger, and then I didn't notice, and then I did the yank as hard as I could, and you know, I'm incredibly strong. I'm like an ox, right? So I drove a nail into my finger, and it was bleeding a lot, but it coagulated quickly, as blood does. Thank you. And I put a little band-aid on it, and I gave it a kiss, and everything's good to go. Holy shit. That hurt like a motherfucker. But then again, I am a big old baby, I guess. I'm not too cool to express pain. I've noticed that about myself. I don't whine over like the smallest of stuff. Trust me, I'm not annoying. But like if something really hurts, I'm not afraid to like express that. Show us the boo-boos. Tetanus, bruv. True. Yeah, no, I'm probably dead. Yeah, you're right. I'm probably dead. Folly of your strength. Hello, how are you guys? What's up? Real quick, let me say hello to those that decided to show up to my chat. If you show up before you see me, you're an early bird. So if you're showing up now after I'm here, no bueno. Who can tell me what this is? Do not say grenade. I do not need alphabet boys showing up at my house. This is a fruit. What type of fruit is it? Can't be a streamer with lockjaw. True. I mean, I do have temporal mandibular joint issues. Watch out for gangrene. You guys are acting like I have health care. Go to a doctor. Yeah, okay. Jackfruit, pear, Asian pear, one in a protective wrapper. Is an Asian pear. Koname knows. Koname, would you like to drop the L word? What is this Asian pear donned in? There's a word. It is a sexy word. You only have health debt? Sorry, dude. Tetanus shot. What am I, made of money over here? Come on now. Doctors? Fuck out of here. Lucas, first chat of the day. What's up, gangster? How are you? Easy Mac is here as well. He subbed later. Thank you for that. I'll probably say it again. That's right. I don't run mid-roll ads anymore. I run pre-rolls. Apparently, I can't turn them off. There's no way to disable them unless you just spam ads. So I said, fuck it. I'm just not going to think about ads anymore. But here I am thinking about ads. Fuck ads. All my homies, every last one of my homie hates ad. I've never had a homie who was like, dude, this is a fucking, this ad is like, I'm happy I'm watching this. At most, they're like, all right, that's for an ad, that's good. Fuck ads. Forever and always. Mr. Fish is here. What's up, dude? Dodge This is here. A couple of early birds. The 3 is here. Looks like the 3 gave out another community gift, which I gotta say kind of ruins the whole 3 theme. You've now gifted 4, which is a lot. But you did kind of fuck that up. Maybe you need ads for the revenue so you can afford the tetanus shot. True. Well, I don't think the nail was rusty. If I said rusty, disregard. I was being a little hyperbolic. Listen, as far as punctures go, I think I'm in the clear on this one. Now, my fucking cat did get me good the other day, and that shit's still healing. But you know, me and my cat, we get down like that. Speaking of cats, she was gonna hang out in the stream on the couch until I moved it, and then she's like, "Fuck you! Don't even look at me." By the way, guys, today, check this out. I'm gonna watch the Eve videos on with the Catalyst patch and just talk about it. I'm not even gonna play Eve. Yep, that's right. Welcome to my domain. The three, good to see you. Dabu is here. Dabu, you look handsome today. Jackfruit, I'm not cool enough for Jackfruit. What's up, Gravy? Gravy joined my corporation. Stoked about that. We have a YouTube chatter. War God's Own 666 says, what's good, my mammal? Ain't shit. Killing, chilling. Ain't no villain. I'm happy. I'm good. But it's good to see you. Thanks for checking me out. Who else is here? Nintendo is here. I can't tell if this is Nintendo, but like uwuified, or if it's like some other thing. One day I'll get clarification. Big D is here. If Dwayne ever became a woman or ever became morbidly obese and got a nice chest going on, I would call him Double D. I would call her Double D. But because Dwayne is a dude, I call Dwayne Big D. And you will respect him when you're in my streaming area. Techno Troll is here. What's up? Dwayne is like, why did you have to say all that? There's no need for that. Welcome back, Techno. Nintendo got me putting ooh at the end of everything. It's great. Respect my authority. You know what I'm gonna do today? Yo, check this out. You're not gonna believe what I'm about to do. Yo, check this out. Today's the day I unban uwu. Today is the day I let my chat express themselves finally. I'm still gonna ban the word rigger because I just don't like that word. But I'm gonna unban uwu. It's finally happening. You know, when you ban a term on Twitch, it tells you how many times it's actually censored that word. Apparently, people have tried uwu 52 times since I've banned it. If you're wondering why I banned uwu, I was trying to come up with a way to be racist against weebs, but do it in like a fun way. And I decided to ban uwu, and it turned out to be in like a critical part of the way they communicate. Just kidding. Just kidding. Mac, thank you for the subscription. 8 months. Big time supporter of the show, Mac. Appreciate you. Obviously, good luck with your studies and your professional life. You know what it is. Black Hole Coffee says, day almost over at this side of the big pond. Norway chatter here. Yeah, it's a bit late over there, huh? I guess I can lull you to sleep with my monotonous diatribes. Dustin over on YouTube, what's up? Just got a bunch of dental work done. They got me drugged and numbed up. I'm so hungry I want a waffle. What do you want in the waffle? Maple syrup? You want some Nutella? You want a Nutella waffle? Yeah. Yeah, I got you. Just meet me out back. I got you. Yeah, I had a root canal done for the first time, what, like 2 years ago now? Honestly, I didn't mind it. Maybe I'm a weirdo. And I feel like she did a pretty bad job too. She was kind of a noob dentist. But it still was, I don't know. The pain was only when he inject the anesthetic into the gum. Like, that pain is excruciating, and like even thinking about it makes me want to like punch a wall. But the actual work was just annoying. She's like, do you taste bleach? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, that's not good at all. We need to redo this. I remember when she finished and she's like, yeah, you definitely need a crown because, you know, it must be something in the water around here. People keep having their temp fillings cracked. And I'm just like, yeah, I'll definitely get a crown. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Mm-hmm. Never got a crown. And she also did a pretty good job molding it, but there's still like a slight gap at the back. And I actually have objectively like nice teeth, and I didn't realize that, but like cosmetically they're decent, just like out here. But the molar in the back, when she rebuilt the back of it, a lot of it was decayed, unfortunately, pre-root canal. There's like a tiny little gap there, and I have to like, you know, Be mindful of that. Anyway, what are we talking about? Dental health? How the fuck did this happen? My dog had a good sniff of my mouth. That's crazy, bro. Albino Bob at the Prime. Thank you for that. Let me make sure I'm watching my Twitch shit. What do I need to talk about rigor rigs? It's true. It's true. You need to work on your weeb discrimination. Haas, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sal Sui is here. What's up? Gangster C Tom is here. A bunch of early birds. If you were here before you saw me, you're an early bird. If not, well, you know, you're still here. You're just not an early bird. Hope all is well among everybody else. Dodge this says, I noticed Loru is streaming. Let's give a shout out to Loru Mirth. Guys, leave my stream and go watch Loru. Don't watch me. Mythrander, what's up, gangster? Welcome. Yeah, fuck with Loru. He's talking about doing some collab on the patch, so you might actually see me side him. It'd be weird. It'd be weird. Cam with the streak. No more casting couch. The couch is gone. Yeah, the couch was pretty much there, not even for the stream. It was there just to play Baldur's Gate, so I could actually hear her instead of across the room. But we won, and now we'll take a break. The 3, thank you again for the gifted subs. You say you're going to have to go for 33. Please don't. No more subs from you. You're too generous. Even just subscribing to the channel with a Prime is pretty nuts to me still. People that gift subs to the community, it's just like, that's a pretty generous ass person. Because what you're doing is like, you're giving me money. Just straight up. Which means it's almost like you see a performer on the street and you hang out and you're like, toss a coin to your Witcher kind of shit. It's nice. It's nice. It's cool. It just blows my mind. Dustin, hope your recovery from the various drugs they pumped into you is not humiliating. Arusiv, what's up? Good to see you. Koname, how are you? You want to see the boo-boos? I don't think I want to take the band-aids off. Sorry, bro. I think I'm going to let them heal. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I ever got a tetanus shot. So Muda, what's up? Lingerie, exactly. This is fruit lingerie, in case anybody's wondering. I'm gonna eat that shit. Fishnet stockings. Grand Misery, how are you? Maybe you need ads for the revenue so you can afford that tetanus shot? Nah, ads don't make shite. Ads are just to like, fuck ads. Top Geef, what's up, gangster? I tried hard to run from television ads, yeah. Toxoplasma Gandhi booster shot. Wasn't that a house episode or am I tripping? SBT, how are you? If I somehow missed you in this big pile of people, my apologies. Make sure to scream at me. I'll get at you. SBT, good to see you as well. Hope things are well. What do you think about the new SOE ship price? Yeah, we're going to be watching the videos today after I say hi. So I think it's too expensive, obviously, but I'm biased because I want New Bros to afford it. You know, for me, 1.2 billion for an Odysseus, just off the top of my head, you know, that's worth. 2 bill is rough. But you know, it's a good ship. I'm tempted, instead of like ganking them and like setting up videos to get more people to use them, I'm tempted to like make a video on how to actually use it safely when it comes out. And like teach people how to not lose them. But I don't know how much I actually care. Corpse Dragon with the follow, what's up? Number White, what's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What about Vigor? No, this is okay. And so is Rigor. Yeah, you can finally link Uuntos. Finally, months later. What's up, Blitz? Blitz also joined my corporation as some hired DPS. Hopefully he enjoys his time there. We're going to meet up on the weekend and try to bang out and attack some Magoons and or Brave. I'll do my best, Koname. Albino Bob, thank you again. Very kind of you. Appreciate your prime. Lurk your heart out. Much love. In case you're ever wondering why like I don't respond to your chats right away, I usually do it in chronological order when I start. In case you've never been here. Are you going for the Odysseus at the start or going to wait? Yeah, so I don't actually have any use for it. Like the TLDR of my video is like I'm not going to use it. But that's not to say I won't like talk to people about it or use one for content, but not at all for Jolly Ranchers. Rage Kitty, how you doing? Vanilde, how you doing? Good to see you. Dwayne says, okay, bye. See you, buddy. Stream over. Subs give you money. Unsubbed. Pookie, what's up? Is that RMT? Yeah, I think so. Male Fetus says, Clara, I really enjoyed your stream the other week when you talked about bugs an hour. Yeah? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, you're probably receptive to the enthusiasm I have for the subject, right? And maybe you have an interest in biology too, or maybe you just like entomology. Either way, like that's cool. You can always DM me on Discord or Twitch if you want to talk about like anything like that. Just I usually respond to everybody that hits me up, even if it's like weird shit. Like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know you. What boo-boos? What happened? I moved the couch and there was some exposed nails, and I may have done a yank and gored myself right before the stream. It's okay. Small little baby streamer accident. People who have done some blue collar work right now are giggling. Much love. I like you. I like something to you. If I had cash, I would stuff them down your hat. Subscribing with the Prime is more than enough. That means you chose me over someone like Loru. Don't tell him, but I'll take it. I don't want to compete. Yeah, that's the problem. I just want everybody to be happy. Jerky, what's going on? Did you get that Japanese pear from Costco? I went to Wegmans, which is kind of like the Whole Foods in my area, I guess. Style of like upper class food. It's fun to go there with my girlfriend and just buy a couple weird things. We actually spent like more than I expected at that place this time. I was just throwing shit in the cart like an asshole. It was nice. But I got a couple of these. I'm happy. I also got check this out. Somebody was talking about this. Look. I got a fat phone. I was gonna get a little box, and my girl was like, yo, it's really good, right? Get the huge bag. And I'm like, all right. So I might make a cup of that later. Good to see you, Fetus. Welcome to the stream. And you will certainly hear more rambles about biology, science in general, Linux, computer technology, the gaming industry, everything in between. So Wegmans is expensive. I went to school with a couple of Wegmans kids. Yeah. It's crazy expensive. But like the cool part about those stores is like you can go there, like just you can go there and get some stuff and then just go to your normal supermarket and get the rest. It's kind of cool. It's just fun to kind of go in there. I'm not gonna lie. Guru Zeb is here. He says, "Sup, cuz, nothing, hanging out, enjoying life. How are you?" You've talked more about AdSense disabling. That's kind of funny. Yo, I feel so called out right now. All right, Lucas, you're right. You're right. Not bad with the pronunciation, Sumida. Spooky's here. What's up, slime boy? What's up? Wegmans, they got good subs. Yeah, I got ingredients. I got cheeses from Wegmans one time for mac and cheese, and that was a good choice. Their cheeses are bomb. Spooky, what's up, buddy? It's gonna be a sick gas hauler. Yeah, I mean, certainly. It's a Covert Ops 60K M3, you know, for gas. Yeah, I like that myth. I guess I didn't think about that. I guess it's like no better than a blockade runner in most instances. Or sorry, deep space transport in most instances. But it is covert, which is nothing to sneeze about. I guess it can't be nullified, which makes it a worse hauler in some instances. But we'll talk about it. We're literally going to watch all the videos that they've been talking about and skip through them. So, no, quite frankly, Lucas is calling me out about talking about the ads, jokingly, of course. But he's right. Yeah, because whenever I like make a change to the stream, I just talk about it like constantly. It's hilarious. But in this case, it's like, maybe I shouldn't. Parody is here. Squish is here. Parody, how the hell are you? Squish, welcome back to the stream. We got OG here. Chillin' and Krillin. We're going to talk about Eve all day long. I'm going to drink coffee, water, eat a brown pear, and otherwise imbibe on the vices of life. Imbibe the vices of life. Imbibe the metaphorical vices of life. We love the tangents. Tangents make life interesting. Yeah, that's what I've realized more and more and more is like the things I get upset about on stream. It's like we don't even have to necessarily do that. Very expensive gas hauler. True. Yeah. I use an ad blocker, but I still sub because I want to rain cash chloro. Well, that's kind of you. Never feel like you gotta do financial support here. I'll still do it even if you guys stop subbing. I just probably won't do it like 4 times a week, honestly. But I appreciate you. I also strongly support ad blockers. Naibo Jogo, what's going on? Expedition Hangar should work for both compressed and uncompressed as far as I understand the mechanic. I've never seen one that differentiated that necessarily. Right, so we are literally going to be watching these videos. Now, I guess I'm wondering why there's 3 of them. I think I should just watch the newest one. It's probably going to have the most relevant information. Blitz Rage, gift and subs. Thank you, Petsukos, what's up? Blitz, thank you for that. Too kind. I think I should prepare a little coffee. My headphones are like a ball and chain. I can't go far away. It's like locked. I need a longer cord. I think I'm gonna watch this video and I'm gonna maybe skip through it or maybe watch the whole thing. Either way, let me boil some water here. I just wanted to feel like the best looking chatter for a bit. You are, it's true. If you guys don't know, the last person to give me money is the most handsome chatter. I haven't said it in a while, but it's still true. Your mom says you're handsome? I agree with your mom. Give me your mom's number. I'm gonna talk to your mom on my stream. Pookie's not brave enough to give me his mom's number. Crazy, bro.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I'm CCBB.
I'm gonna actually like watch this and not just like put it on. I'm gonna talk about it and stuff as well. So I'm gonna wait for me to get some coffee before I begin. You guys are hearing my kettle when I talk right now. We do need a grinder remote. I'll check the audio when the kettle's off just to make sure parity. Thank you for that. I don't even see like a logo anywhere. All right, let's watch this video. I'm basically going to do a rundown of the entire patch and anything new that they talk about here. For example, I know that they talk about the special effect component of the Odyssey. I'm assuming they're going to go into detail as to why they've done things or any changes they've made. They're also going to talk about the carrier updates, which I think is just doubling the bay. But any new info about the 2D map would be good too. So I just want to watch this. It's an hour long, so we may be here a while.
And this is the second. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I'm CCBB, and this is the second live stream for the In Focus for Catalyst expansion. It comes in 1 week, and I have some really good guests here today. We are going to start with the map first. The guests that I have today are CCB Reject.
Why does he sound nervous?
Reject.
And CCB Mercury. Welcome to both.
He's
of
so
you.
handsome.
Thank you, B.
How's it going today?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's going well.
I'm going to confess something to you. I still use the classic star map.
Heresy.
However, from what I've seen, I think after this update, I'm going to start changing and using the new map. And let's dive into why. Let's open up the map. We're going to screen share at the same time here and showcase exactly what is being updated to it. So talk me through this. If you scroll out a little bit now, this is just the normal map itself.
This is the normal map itself. This is, as you can see, the old new 3D version of the map, which the players and all of us love so much. But this is what we decided to work on this time around.
Yeah.
What's up, Drone Bay?
Yeah.
So we did a few adjustments and improvements on the 3D map, but we also
They fixed the
added
scaling,
a
really?
3D map. So if you can
What's
go
up, Peter
and
Pinecone? I
switch
see you over
modes.
there on YouTube.
Try to buy a movie.
I don't have enough real
Yeah.
estate for all the
Yes.
chats.
We'll see a transition over to the new improved 3D map. It's the same map. It just transports all of the locations over to.
So we did watch some stuff about the 2D map before. If you've never seen it before, just in case you're out of the loop, they're essentially finally like acknowledging the fact that everybody still uses like Dotlan or other tools and not the in-game map for a lot of stuff. And they're going to give us a fixed 2D map, basically, to be more reminiscent of Dotlan functionality or whatever tool you prefer. So I'm assuming that in this video, they're going to run back through it, and then any changes they've made, they're going to talk about it. People are talking about some of the changes they may have made since last time we saw this. For example, last time I saw this, I called out the fact that I still can't really tell what's where based on like the circles and the colors. So hopefully they've addressed that. It wasn't clear before, even on the new 2D map. Clifford, what's up, buddy?
Yeah. So one
It's true.
difference
Dotlan
with
is
what
old.
the classic map has, which is the top view, fake flattened version of the universe. This one doesn't have system overlaps. So we arranged all of the systems so that it has a clearer layout. Is of course very inspired by layouts from Dotlan, and we had a couple chats with Walari so that he was like so helpful and quite hyped about this map. And what we wanted to do by preserving the same layouts is because players already have a mental models of how these regions are. So by
it's like art.
Using the same references, we just hope to make players' life easier by using this 2D version in the client whenever they want.
That's really good.
This looks just so amazing, and I can't be. I don't know how to put this, but like, this is going to be in a Nomad Tale 16. Like, this is going to be a part of how I present the locality. Finally, we have an official 2D map. Finally.
See that you were working with Volari to get this set up, also to kind of maintain that same layout, even though when you're changing from 3D to the 2D version,
Yes.
that people know where things are in relation to where HiSec is and how it all looks.
Yep.
Let's actually go look at the way you're displaying data as well, because one of the biggest pain points that people talked about is the logarithmic versus linear scaling of data.
Yeah.
I'm getting some alarm bells going off in my head here.
Yes.
And this now has linear scaling.
Uh-oh.
Could you tell us what that is?
Currently, and what people have seen in the past is that data is scaling linearly based on a min value and a max value, and that's what chooses both the color as well as the size of each of the nodes.
They're doing it. They're gonna do it.
On the systems.
Yep.
So
They're
the
gonna
first
fix
thing
it.
we did is now if I zoom in here, we actually just give you the value. Because one of the pain points people have been seeing in the past is that it's almost impossible to tell the difference between a 1 and
They did it!
a 3 which when you're looking for active players in space and you're afraid of getting killed, that's definitely a pain point.
Yeah.
But so what we've added now is the ability to see the data straight here on this expanded version of the 2D map. But then also we've added a way to fiddle with the
What?
data scaling. So if I go down here to this fancy
What? Yo, Biscuit, what's up, dude? No fucking shot. They gave me little tiddly levers. Ain't no fucking way, bro. No way.
and we open the settings panel for the filter itself, we can now start fiddling with how it's showing the data. And first off, we can just switch it over to logarithmic, and then it'll take the values and scale them up more rapidly.
Oh god.
which
I
will
just started a Blops Corp.
a clear distinction between the lower ranges of the scale. It'll kind of flatten out the upper range of the scale, but in some cases that is preferable.
Yes. So what it does is squishes together the higher end of the range, but it makes it easier to see the difference between 1, 2, and 3, and it's particularly valuable for pilots in space, for instance. But we also made it so that if you can go and open the legend again, so if you're actually only interested about seeing systems that have from 1 to 3 players, for instance, you can lower down this number and put it from 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you're interested in, and change it back to linear.
I don't even give a fuck. Dude, I seriously became a little happy there. Dude, I thought they were just gonna like do it for us a little bit, like make it usable. They actually gave us the means of control. Gravy says keep that shit the only fit. Oh.
And then if you apply, you can see that only 1, 2, 3
What's up,
and
Norris?
up to 6, it's our current range.
This is
gets
so
the
good.
color, and everything else is just darker. So you can still see the values, but the range is
I have
smaller, and it
never in my
helps you
life
with
been more
identifying
excited
the
about an
systems
EVE
that
Online
you
change than
want to
this.
avoid, or
This
you
is the
wanna
best change of all
target
time.
more easily.
I'm not
And
even
this
joking.
is true for all the filters that have a heat map visualization. So whenever you want to change the range, and maybe you're not interested in the lower end, you're interested in the upper end. You want to see where a big battle is, and you want to see where there are at least 500 players in a system. You can fiddle with the range and show that.
Oh
on the
my
map.
God.
And it's gonna cut out everything else and only show
Oh
you
my
the
god.
outlier. We can also adjust the colors of the range, and this is helpful when you're working with different filters. So, for instance, you want to see pilots in space.
Did they build this since the feedback? That everybody liked the format, but we needed more control over what we see? Did they build it between them, or were they sitting on this? God damn. Couple of good coders in this company. They did the thing on time, instantly, saved the product, excited the user base. Oh my god.
And in the last 24 hours, and let's say that's in
Jester!
for instance.
It says
you can
Jester.
color
Those are my
code
stream
with
colors.
Different filters you're using, so that when you're switching between your favorites, you can identify the filter that you have currently active with the colors that you have chosen. And these colors are also, some of them are
Drop it.
options that help with colorblind people and players.
Oh, accessibility.
Some of them are just
Yeah.
like different looking, so that it puts more emphasis on the higher end or on the lower end of the
I
range.
have 69 viewers right now too. I just checked on Twitch while I'm moaning.
This is like like really.
This is
cool
not safe
additions.
for work.
Also, the fact that if you scroll out a little bit now, you
Oh
can
my
have it set so
god.
that you can have the bubble
All right, I'll stop
sizes
moaning.
as to what
Maybe-
people
maybe.
are more used to.
I might
in the
keep moaning.
old type of map.
Yes.
But this is so much more customizable.
Oh my
like,
god.
So much
Look
more
at the
customizable
state
than
of
you
this map.
had ever before.
Definitely.
And
So
it's
that's-
just
and
so
that's really-
good because you can see the abstract kind of where players naturally draw the lines between the regions. You can see that represented in the regional gates. Now, I know it's like that normally, but it's like mashed together and not clear. It's so crystal clear now how the regions interact. Oh my god.
A necessity, because just
Yeah.
depth of the different data that we're trying to display and provide to our players is just immense, and this is just necessary, I think, for the map to be readable.
Especially because not everyone's looking at the map for the same thing.
No,
Yes.
definitely not.
Exactly.
Everyone's looking at it for a different reason. If you're out there PvPing, you care about different things than someone who's looking for.
Yeah, somebody asked about on YouTube. Somebody asked about how do we do jump range now, right? And it would have to be like Dotland. You'd have to highlight the systems instead of drawing a circle, since there's no actual relation between systems and light years anymore.
For example, the new mining sites that were added into here.
Yes.
Yeah, here as well.
And we can show that off as well. So because
Like if you go to Dotland right now, Eve Dotland, I never remember the URL. If you go to Dotland and you go to a range, let's just go to navigation. We'll go range and we'll go UW9, right? This is where we blops out of, and a lot of people will go Marshall. We'll go Panther. This is how it works. It doesn't actually show you a circle, even though it might be able to here. It actually highlights the systems. This is how the in-game one would have to work too, right? I don't know if they've done it or not. We'll find out.
as has been announced, the
Nice.
kind of
Good.
flavor of this expansion
Thank
is mining and stuff like that. We've added a multitude of new filters to help you identify
Curvy bubble.
and find mining content in the game.
It'd be
First
cool.
of
I don't know if
which
it'd be
is
necessary.
the anomalies filter, and this will show you
Good to see you, Clifford.
around you the anomalies that are detected in space around I think it's about five jumps
yeah.
5 jumps around you, and then
What?
one jump around you, you will actually get more information.
What?
So this is a new way of displaying data,
What?
and here we are actually grouping pins together into
into clusters. I think it looks much better in the 3D mode,
in the 3D mode.
because then you can. This is a new paradigm that doesn't only show filters in a different way, but also allows you to navigate the map in a different way.
Yeah.
So instead of zooming in and out yourself, you can click on the cluster of items, and then it zooms in on the.
Yeah, so I thought this was cool. I remember her talking about this before, this feature of being able to like group and then go. It seems like they've added the zooming in functionality, which makes it usable. I like it. I don't think I'll be using it much, but I love the way that you can just like use the GUI in multiple ways. It's just a net win.
Information that you're looking for.
I think it's a fantastic way to have the map interactive,
Yeah.
but also very like.
What's up,
usable.
Timmy?
Like,
Thank you
this
all. Is it better
Gonna
now?
help usability a ton if you're looking for specific
Yes.
clusters of things.
Exactly, and this filter is the first of its kind, but we see
Somebody says I need to turn my mic gain down. Yeah? Let me take a look. Hold on. There might be a problem with it. Check, check, check. Mm-mm. Yeah. So I always kind of suspect that people that say that are on like Bluetooth headphones or something really tinny, but I don't know for sure. The fact of the matter is I do have it pretty loud. But if you're getting high pitched like that, I'm actually kind of confused about that. Someone says mic is perfect. Yeah. On Bluetooth, you sound fine. Yeah. No issues here. Yeah. I'm using a TV. Yeah. I mean, I can hear myself right now and it sounds like pristine. So I'm wondering what's happening between that. I have no problem with your mic volume. Yeah, no doubt.
this application being useful for different types of data.
Sorry if it sounds bad. I don't know how to fix it
But
now.
if
I'll
we
look into
switch
it though.
Back to the 2D map, and we can show you now the ore distribution filter. This one was a bit surprising to us because so what's happening here is we are showing the number of asteroid belts all over New Eden.
Yeah.
It was surprising to me that we don't actually have asteroid belts in all of these regions, which is crazy. But so that's just the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. Because
Wait, there's no asteroid belts in Curse or Pravi? I didn't know that. You guys all knew that? That's crazy.
now if I go, let's say I'm looking for a specific type of ore, I will now choose class 1 and I will be presented with all of the class 1 ores.
Or scalding.
Through here, we can give you a rough estimation of where you can find this ore, as well as purple highlighted systems of where it might appear in anomalies. And this is for all types of ore in the game, just classified into these 3 classes.
Yep. And we're also trying to surface some information about ore sooner. So you can see in the sidebar, we also have what you normally see in the show info window. But to make it more accessible, especially towards new players, we're trying to put this information in a higher level when you're trying to dig in and learning the ropes and you don't know like which ore is better to mine or where you can find it. This is an option. On top of what...
Yeah, that's a really good point. That's kind of what I was getting at before when we were talking about the folding down of like areas into like blips and expanding them and zooming in. This is a great way for players to explore the world, the galaxy. This is a fantastic way to do it. And I think like there's almost no way this is not going to be like celebrated in my content, right? Like they're doing fucking Bob's work out here.
You can already do in the agency, but with a more approachable design as well as more spatial context because you can see it on a map.
For sure. If something's in the agency tab, you don't have really any idea what that looks like mapped out in front of you. So being able to see, oh, these things usually live over here. This is a really cool way to get like a good feeling on the universe itself.
Yeah.
So yes, and that is it for the ore filters, albeit for one that's left. I don't know if we can talk about it yet.
We can definitely talk about phased fields.
We can talk about phased fields.
Last week we had CCP Lumi go through phased fields, talk about mining and the upgrades to mining in general, the mining crits and all that.
Okay.
This time we're diving more deeply into the map itself. So displaying how you would find them is important.
Exactly. And through this dedicated filter, we can now see that here there are 3 exposed phased fields currently. And what happens is that these are then the phased field themselves that have reached a time in their lifetime, which makes them broadcast their location. So if you see these yellow dots, you can go there and you can either kill stuff or mine stuff. So
I just absolutely am in love with even the artistic directions they made with the constellations. You know, Dotlan was extremely utilitarian. They basically, Walari or whatever his fucking name is, he basically just arranged them in a way that was like convenient and made sense. This is an artistic rendition as well on top. And it's pretty much because they have like their own app here instead of trying to display it on a browser and because it's much more contemporary. But still, this is just remarkable to me how slick and awesome this looks. I can't believe they made it so usable. Like I've been still whining about no freelance gas jobs for like months. So I just didn't expect to be kicked in the ass with such great development.
Yeah.
This is really cool. I was playing around with this and
have.
looking at things like the factional warfare area or in what they called incursions.
Yes.
And like being able to see the way things are displayed is really cool.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that's a good point, because so if you look to the left, you can see now the handy new legend, which was sorely missing because the data was kind of unreadable.
Yeah.
So we have decided to add this legend for filters that are.
I'm gonna use this map
when they're harder to understand.
This is sick.
They will have a legend to explain to you.
You wish Pochven was bigger?
Yeah. So.
Somebody else said they wish Pochven, or they said Pochven may have been better off to the side. I feel like Pochven's decently represented in the middle, no? Because it is over the top of everything. I think it's okay. But I mean, off to the side wouldn't have been bad either. I just think it's more representative of how it is in game since it's laid over everything. Pochven should be bigger though.
Another addition that we have on the 2D map is the jump range visualization. So because now we are boarding a ship that has a jump drive, then there's an icon at the bottom right corner of the map
here
that will highlight the systems that are within your jump range.
If you swap really quickly to 3D first, so we show how this is visualized.
Yep.
Of course, the way you can jump has to do with the light years that the ship can travel.
Yes.
But then when you swap a 3D map like this onto a 2D surface, that gets real interesting. So let's talk about that, like you said.
Yeah.
So this is the part you guys were inquiring about, how is jump range going to be expressed, right? And I already picked up on it. It's going to have to be like Dali, and it's going to have to be highlighted systems. But before, because the map was actually light year accurate, it was like distance and positionally accurate, they could draw an actual bubble, which could be very misleading at times.
Oh, so if you swap back to the 2D version, the challenge that we had here...
I turned off the 2D.
No worries.
Visually.
Yes. So you can see how from the 3D to the 2D version, this bubble broke up and the systems just flattened out, and now they're further visually distant from each other than they were on the 3D map, of course, because the actual distance between star systems
Yeah,
is
so they're highlighted here. So one thing I'm going to be real about right now, just a tiny bit of feedback, is you should probably just make the non-highlighted ones like just black and white. Like I don't want to in a pinch think something's highlighted when it's not. Maybe you can probably customize
the
that though.
physical distance between them in space. But then if you zoom in, what we did in order to maintain this visualization is that the nodes of the star systems change from a circle to a diamond shape, and they will have
okay.
tooltips telling you.
Okay, well, so that's nice. Yeah, so you'd probably blops in this view. So you don't really need to worry about this then. Since you're not going to be like hunting from that view anyway, you'll just do a glance and you'll come in here, and then the diamonds will strictly expose where you can go.
On top of, this is in range, whether you can jump to that system. So for instance, if the system is in high sec, you cannot jump to that destination. However,
Some gamer
if you can
gods.
move somewhere more low sec, there we go. You can see that the tooltip shows you the distance, but also the jump range and fuel consumption.
Fuel consumption. I just started a Black Ops corporation. I can't make this any more clear how awesome this is. What's up, Cycle?
Jump fatigue and fuel consumption if you're jumping there.
That's huge. Being able to actually see
Yes.
how far it is, how many isotopes it's going to take to get there, so you can plan out your route a little bit better. This version of integrating the jump range into the map, this is not going to have chain jumping built into it the way people know from Dotland. Is that correct?
No.
Just so we're not... Expectation management is important.
Yes.
Definitely.
Is that something you've been looking into?
Yes.
It is something that was considered, although in this iteration of the map, it was deemed more valuable to kind of work on the core functionality of the map first,
Yeah.
Yes.
before we then start building on top of, because if you build functionality on top of broken functionality, that's not very good.
I can see
So,
a really good use case for this if you're traveling with blops in someone else's space,
There you go.
and then suddenly you open them up and go, well, where can we reach? What is, how much fuel do I even have left? And
Exactly.
this is it's going to be very useful for certain tactics.
Thank you, CCP. Wow. Feels good, man. I just created a very casual Blops group that you're invited to join, assuming you're not a knucklehead. Let me know. But this tool is going to basically unify our hunting methods. We'll basically be able to use the in-game map for everything. Period. It's like parity as far as I'm concerned.
Or if you're chasing the phased asteroids, the phased fields,
Yes.
you've jumped your Oracle maybe somewhere into
30 minute?
another area.
Exactly.
Legion
It'll-
keynote.
there.
It'll help you make decisions on the fly.
Yeah.
Because as we all know, no plan survives contact with the enemy.
Very true. I think these additions are fantastic. I just need to decide if I'm going to start using the 2D map as my always go-to, or if I'm going to start using the 3D version of this map. I've been like very stuck in my ways and always just use the classic map. But being able to see the data displayed in, I like the bubbles getting bigger.
You use
when
my
there's
code?
more pilots. It
Well,
gives me
thank
more of
you.
a warning. I can
Yeah.
add
I will.
glance,
I'll
see it
check that
better.
out after the stream. Did you buy something
But
nice?
I think getting used to the 2D map is going to be really cool too.
Here, I'll go look at it real quick.
I'm looking forward to having this on the server.
Yes.
I think it's a definite improvement. But yeah, definitely. We're hopeful to see how many
Let me
people
see.
choose this new map over the old.
Yeah. And from the
Huge.
research we've done, most new players don't even
Thank you for using my code Cycle. He bought a nice package from Eve, and I got a percentage of it because he loves me. Because he loves me.
know that they
Appreciate
can still
you.
access the classic
Also,
map
let me know when you guys use the codes. It's nice to know who does it.
No.
unless they're specifically told by someone.
We see
So-
that when people tune into streams and they're like, what is this map that you're using?
Yes.
And then some old bitter vet like myself or someone else will go, it's the one that we always use, blah, always sticking to our ways.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't see a reason where we could defend that the old map is better now. I think this is going to improve the functionality. It's going to display it in a better way. And yeah, you've made a believer out of me, and I'm going to change
Good
to this.
fucking job. Good job.
Hear it, yeah.
Yeah. And
So who are these two CCP members? Let me see. Did he introduce them? I just don't remember. I don't remember who's who. These two people have been working on this map. I remember them last time. Fucking bravo.
there's also one piece of feature that I'm particularly happy with because it was a result of the mass test that we did.
Yep.
So if you can zoom in on one of the systems that has a regional jump, there we go, like this one top here. So from the mass test, it was clear that we were doing a poor job at representing jump connections because it was especially hard to see where a system was leading, whether it was a regional jump that you were taking. So we added this little directional arrow that tells you where that jump will take you.
Why not? Why the hell not? I just love it. I just love this design. Like, can we have these two people here in the team they represent? Can we have those fellas and ladies just tear down the existing UI and just build it all back from scratch? Photon 2.0, if you will.
It's in a different region. So whenever you see the arrow, it means that you're going to a different region and it tells you the destination system.
And you can click the arrow.
So you can use it to navigate the map without needing to zoom out and in wherever you need to change a region.
Nice.
So this avoids the issue that,
This is
of course, we have
important.
with the 2D map, being the regions need to be more distant than they would on a 3D map.
But I mean, on the 3D map, you have overlaying lines, and sometimes a regional will be inside. Like,
Yes.
it can
What's
get
up,
a
Machina?
bit
How are you?
Like jumbled up
Yes.
with info.
It is a complex map. It's very difficult to display on a 2D plane.
Yes.
And improvements can, of course, be made, but we are very proud of
No,
this.
this is good. Don't worry about improvements. You guys did great. Seriously, holy shit. Like, this is good. Just good job.
We really are looking forward to seeing what the players do with it.
I can't wait to like read and hear feedback. And we're also, of course, very open to iterate on this as we hear from players.
Nope,
if there
you're good.
are improvements that we can bring.
You're good.
Quality of life, but also, for instance, another thing that came out of the mass test is that a couple system was swapped. Or some systems were aligned in a way that covered a regional jump. So these little things that are sometimes just hard to catch, they can slip. Hearing from players is just so helpful because it helps us making it a little bit better.
It was really fun watching you guys throughout.
They really care, don't they? They really care about this thing being useful. It's interesting psychology. I like that. I mean, I'm guessing these two people play the game. That's crazy. I love it.
Process. I know that you've had many chats with the CSM and with people here at CCP about the map and how to use it, and to see it go from what the early versions were to this it's phenomenal. I think it's awesome. I can't wait to have this as my always map now. Is there anything we've missed from the map?
Well, there is one thing, a minor thing, which is you've noticed that all of the bubbles are visible at this zoom level. You can actually turn that off if you don't like that. And if I zoom out and back in, it'll now follow my mouse. So it'll be stuck to
I mean, this is like eye candy, which is cool when you're like, new, or if you like graphics, or if you like cool flashy stuff. I kind of like the ability to turn it on. I'm not going to use it, but it is neat. It would look nice while you're streaming to like hover your mouse and stuff, but it does. I can imagine, unless you have some type of like issue where like you can't track with your eyes very well, it's not going to be helpful. But it looks
until
cool.
I zoom closer. This might be useful for people who like to kind of root around on the map. I personally prefer to have it on all the time, but that can be a bit of a bombardment of information at the same time.
Yeah.
True,
it is
like a sensory
and
issue.
If you like a bit of both, if you can get back to
awesome. Good to hear.
There we go. You can also press Control to just
there you go.
momentarily show all the info while keeping this focus cursor.
Nah, they're not going to do
this
another
was another
test.
thing that we tested, and we heard 50-50 feedback. People that hated it, people that thought it was
some people
pretty
just
smart.
want all the data always.
Yes.
Others want a bit more interactivity.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to cater to both.
Yeah.
And you basically just make this type of feature opt in, and then people that like the eye candy turn it on, right?
Exactly, and we felt
Or people
was
that
kind of necessary
have
because
sensory
we are
overload.
so evenly split between what people like. So yeah.
Well, the jump range isn't
that's all of it.
represented anymore, Gravy. Be careful. Remember, there's no actual relation anymore between systems represented in the map. So, like, the jump range thing wouldn't work with that. But,
Exactly.
yeah, I mean, this is like eye candy. Which is cool when you're like, know, you know, you could have it set to like highlight a region when your mouse is over it, or like a constellation or something like that as well. You can tweak it. Looks cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
CCP Reject and CCP Mercury, thank you both.
Reject
so much
and
for taking the time to
Mercury,
show us the map.
thank you both for putting so much effort into this, and everybody else that coded this and tested it with you. Very, very well done. Holy shit.
And thank you for all the hard
I'm
work you
happy.
put into this.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna take a small break here, and we're gonna swap out the guest, and we're gonna talk about ships.
Yeah,
coming
get
up.
him out of here.
Thank you very much.
Give us somebody.
Thank
Give us
you.
some red meat. Oh, they didn't cut this out of the YouTube video. That's good. I mean, really, we can skip through it. Fuck it. You know, we're big boys. Hey, there he is.
And we are back. My next two guests are going to be CCP Trash Panda and CCP Castrol. But Trash Panda ran away, so it's just me and Castrol for a second. We're just going to get situated because now we're going to dive into the other part of the stream, which is talking about the ships, the carriers, the new ships that are coming. Please have a seat. We had to get started.
Yeah, so we do know a lot about the ships, but they've made more changes on top of it, and I would love some. Wow, it's really dark in here all of a sudden. I'd love some clarification, I suppose, on top of all that. Let's just turn this around and point it at my face. Wow, it got really dark in here. Yo, that's crazy bananas. Crazy bananas. All right. So we have learned a lot about the ships. Personally, I only have interest for my own setup in a ship called the Outrider, unless something's changed about the Pioneers. I have zero interest in the Odysseus for my setup, but I think it's a fantastic ship that I'm going to explore and I'm going to learn about and I'm going to communicate about. But the other thing that's interesting to me is the carrier change. I do love carriers for their logistics potential. Some of you may know that I have a Rorqual, right? I use that for logistics. Carriers are another thing you can use for logistics. It's just if they're getting a buff to their logistical ability, I mean, that's something that I'm noting down for my own gameplay, right? I've flown carriers a fair amount for suitcasing and sov block stuff or block sov stuff. So I'm really interested in seeing the carrier changes. If it's more than just cargo bay, that could be very interesting, but even doubling the cargo bay would be insane. So I'm not expecting any revelatory stuff from the remainder of this video, but I'm willing to be pleasantly surprised. Somebody mentioned that the UI is going to be addressed or changed or something. I don't know what's going on, but this is like a fucking fat kid in like a cake shop. I'm just fucking pigging out.
Welcome back. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Pretty good. Apparently
Yeah.
Good
late.
shit.
You're not late. We just we're eager to continue here and keep going.
It's okay,
I also just needed to move from where we were into Polaris back again. So we're going to be talking about the ships.
This is
We're going to go
huge.
talk about the Pioneer and the different variations of it. We're going to talk about the Odysseus, which is the brand new SOE ship. And we're also going to talk about carriers and the
I'll get to the
iterations
Odysseus.
and kind of
We'll just talk about each ship as they do it, just organically, not worry about it.
new things that they're going to bring to the table. Let's start by getting the screen share up. And I should find myself somewhere in
I think so,
Polaris
Lucas.
here, and I'm going to go over to the Pioneer.
Oh, look at him flex on me.
I've situated these just in space so we can hop into them and discuss them.
Sweet.
We had a video go out today and a bit of an explanation as well.
Flexing on me
the
with the
blog.
Polaris.
The Pioneer sits somewhere between Venture and Exhumers. Is that correct?
Yeah, or ventures and the mining barges.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, because right now the mining barges are pretty expensive. They're around like 70 to 80 million ISK to fit them pretty well.
Yeah.
Whereas like the venture is like you can fit a venture easily for under 1 million ISK. And so there's like a pretty big gap between them.
They're talking about
And we
mining
wanted to
ore
fill
right
that
now.
gap
They're
because,
talking
like,
about
one
ore.
thing that we were seeing was that like people get ganked or they lose their retriever and then
Yeah.
they have to go all the way back to the venture.
And there's a huge step
Yeah.
down to go back down to a Venture. And also, it just takes a long time to get into a mining barge if you're just a new player in a Venture, right?
Yeah, it's a big ask from a training
Yeah.
perspective. To go
Yes,
from-
and ISK just to get to upgrade to it.
It's true.
Yeah, like if you're mining in high second adventure, you can make around 3 to 4 million ISK, I think.
my
But
light
then if
turned
you
off.
like do the maths, like that's 20 hours of you mining in adventure before you get an upgrade, which is
That's a
Really?
So I
lot.
just want to be clear here. I have some beef with the current lineup of gas collection ships, but they're talking about another facet of these ships, almost the one they're intended to be used for, which is mining. It is the case that mining has decent progression and lots of options as far as I understand it. And they are true, though the Venture is ridiculously underpriced for its power and barges are maybe overpriced. But my perspective and interest is always going to be gas related. So, you know, hopefully they mention gas stuff, but we're definitely going to be mentioning that before this video is over, if it remains the same.
Pretty
long
yeah.
time. So these ships here, the Pioneer and its 3 versions, are going to be kind of situated, you said, price-wise in between. It's going to be a good step up from a Venture. How much better is it at mining than a Venture?
So it depends if you're an Alpha or an Omega. If you're an Alpha clone, you can train the Mining Destroyer skill to level 2. And if you have the skill level 2, it's 12.5% better at mining than a Venture. So it doesn't mine a huge amount more. But of course, you still get like the bigger mining hold. It's got like a lot more hit points than a Venture.
Yeah.
Right. If you're Omega, though, it's going to be something like 10% less than a Procurer with max skills. Like things like being able to use 4 mining drones as well, compared to the Ventures only has 2, and then the Procurer has 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also has 3 turret slots, so it'll have 3 lasers, which is going to factor into the new thing, mining crits.
Mm-hmm.
The more you have, the more chance you have to crit.
Mm-hmm.
Why would someone upgrade from the Pioneer to the faction version, the Pioneer Consortium issue?
So the Pioneer Consortium issue has an extra mid slot. It has more tank. It has a bonus to mining critical hits. It also has...
What's the last ship? It's Venture, Faction, Venture, Prospect, Pioneer, Pioneer Consortium. Is there another Pioneer? Are there 3 Pioneers?
bonus.
Is Outrider the last one? I thought there was one other ship on my list that harvests the same amount. That wasn't the Outrider. Yeah, I got you. I think I'm thinking of another ship, though, not the Outrider.
To shield booster amount as well.
2 Pioneers,
Also
2
has
Ventures, 1
bonus to salvage
Prospect.
drones, and it has a slightly bigger ore hold as well. So like the Pioneer Navy issue, or sorry, the Pioneer Consortium issue is like a really good upgrade. If you have ISK already, like maybe you have 30 million ISK, you can't quite afford
You
a
go to
mining
Hobo
budget, or
Leagues.
maybe you haven't trained the mining bud skills yet.
Yeah.
You're still looking for an upgrade. It's there for you. Kind of like if you think of like a player training drone PvE ships, you go from like Tristan to Algus to Vexor to Myrmidon, and this is kind
It's
of
like
like
a step up
yeah.
in between.
yeah, it's
Oh,
just like
Imperial Venture,
maybe you
right?
go for like the worm instead,
Yeah.
right?
But it's also very interesting that this is the only ship that'll have bonus to mining crits on the hull itself. So it says 50% bonus to mining crits, but it's a bonus on the mining crit, which is a percent, right? It's not.
Yes.
You're not going to be creating every other cycle.
Yeah, so basically, let me just cut to the chase here because I'm more interested in gas. This is basically my problem. I think this is still accurate. Yeah, it's the case that all 6 of these miner frigates have the exact same gas rate, and I just cannot understand that. So hopefully they're going to address this.
Just so we're expectation managing properly here.
Yeah. So like by default, if you have max skills, I think the mining crit rate right now is 1.5%,
Yeah.
or 1.8% if you fit the new Tech 2 mining chipset array, and so it'll have 2.7% with that fitted and max skills. So it isn't going to be like critting like crazy, but you'll
No.
basically get
What's up,
you'll get
Refi?
critical hits 50% more often.
Yes. So these two are quite similar, but the Outrider, that is a command destroyer, right?
Yes.
That is very interesting. It's a command destroyer which
Yeah, let me be clear. The Outrider I'm freakishly excited about.
can micro jump field generator, because it can boost other ships.
This is a huge upgrade
What
for
is
me.
its speciality besides that?
Huge.
Is it different at mining than the other two, or is it better or worse at mining in general?
So it actually mines a bit less than a Pioneer or Pioneer Consortium issue, unless you're giving yourself a command burst, in which case it's about equivalent, maybe even a little bit better if you have like the mine link in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main thing that it
What's
has.
up,
that
Refi?
it,
Thank
also,
you.
Like all of the other industrial.
Oh,
command
can't get
ships
Imperial
cannot
Venture?
do
Oh, okay. I'm
is
thinking of something
being
else
able to
then.
micro jump drive and use
Thank
the
you,
micro jump field
Shadow.
generator module, so that way you can.
There's
use it
another
as,
ship
like, a
here.
Ninja miner. You already have like the prospect if you want to like ninja mine with a cloak.
Yeah.
But there are some situations where you can't cloak, or maybe like you want to use an MJD instead of a cloak.
I thought there
like,
were 6.
I think like mining in Pochven, or maybe mining in wormhole space.
I could
Right.
definitely
Endurance
see
mine's
mining in
less.
Pontren. It's actually something that I've done a bit of, even though I don't mine
Gas.
a lot. But I probably
okay,
mined
5 is
about
still
like
good.
10 bill worth of ore just to prove a point to someone. I was like, no, you can't get the null sec missing. And this is a few years back.
Yeah.
And I was like getting the ore out of Pontren to prove a point about getting.
Yeah, man, this conversation is going to suck if they haven't fixed it. But basically, yeah, the Pioneer gets up to 50% reduction, but it's literally additive, each bonus. Suetonia posted the math on this to the point where this is true. Venture Consortium, Prospect, Pioneer, and Pioneer Consortium all apparently mine the exact same base gas. Pioneers take 3 scoops, which makes them significantly more expensive than the other options when you factor in syndicates, right? And they don't even get a covert clopa, right? Or whatever. So what happens is, and again, we're looking for them to address this. I don't think they will, but there's no gas progression. And that'll have to be answered at another time, 2026 or 2027, I guess.
Other ores to null. But anyway, I digress. Having a command destroyer with you that can boost you around the site in there is very, very useful, almost necessary, because it's such a huge site.
Yeah.
Outrider
Also,
is
the
straight
design on these
busted.
ships, they look so cool. They're like this similar looking back, but like this modular looking front on it. And the Outrider looks just super cool. It's quite PvP focused too, isn't it? I mean, it's going to be able to throw out drones. It could probably dish out a bit of damage, right?
Yeah, so it actually has like 100 meter cubed of drones, so it can use 4 flights of light drones. So the same as a Pontifex, and then plus.
Yeah, so the Outrider is good for so many reasons for me. Right now, most kind of solo gas scoopers, what they do is they have a command destroyer in front with prospects behind. The command destroyer boosts mining efficiency, making the lasers cycle faster, generally also boosting speed and inertia if they want. The Outrider is so much better because it has stronger boosts that actually are bonused for gas, and it has the ability to field 3 scoops itself, and it has a big fat stinky bay, which means you are getting a massive increase in gas from upgrading your Magus or your Bifrost or your Stork or your Pontifex into one of these. And this, of course, is going to be something you'll see me doing every day from now on when this is released. I'll be using the Outrider as one of my main ships. It is that good of an upgrade over the current command destroyers that like it's got us in the gas game very excited.
25 M3 extra for, like I said, 5 mining drones.
Yeah. So it
don't
won't just
know.
be
I
sitting
don't
there
think
taking
so.
hits. It can dish some damage back.
Yeah, it can definitely like defend itself. Like it's probably not going to be able to like solo PvP a cruiser or something. But if like a Stiletto comes and scrams you, you can
Yeah,
probably
it's
kill it.
crazy.
Yeah, I like it. It feels like a shield version of what's the drone one, the Galante one? Oh, it
Magoose.
jumped out of my head.
The Magoose.
The Magus.
The Magus.
No.
Here we go.
Yeah.
It feels like a
Everybody knows it's pronounced Magoose. Guys, spread the Magoose. Is Outrider worth it for less accounts compared to a regular command destroyer? Yeah, so in any instance where you'd want to use a normal command destroyer, the Outrider is just significantly better. So the previous cutoff was at about 3 accounts. It's okay to switch to a booster for safety, but you don't want to do it until 4 mathematically because you're giving up the ability to haul more gas, and it's just why bother. With 3 or less, I recommend using Prospects. Mathematically, it's like the same, but it's slicker. 4 or more accounts, it's worth using Magoose. All the Outrider does is blur that line even more and say at 3, you're probably going to want to consider an Outrider instead of a 3rd prospect. So for 2 accounts, no, you just want to stick with 2 prospects, in my humble opinion.
shield Magus.
So
in my
yes,
mind.
the answer is yes.
I like it.
Oh, yeah,
Mining
and
Magus.
for those
A mining
wondering
Magus.
about the skills for the new Mining Destroyer, there's just a new skill called Mining Destroyer, which is just a rank 2 skill like all of the other Destroyer skills. So you'll be able to just buy it and train it. And
There's a new skill for this. God damn it.
The
I
Outrider,
guess it makes sense.
which is the Command Destroyer, it just uses the Command Destroyer skill and then Mining Destroyer level 5.
Okay.
Just like the Magus is Galanti Destroyer level 5 and Command Destroyers.
I like it a lot. I think this is a really cool way to have a step up from Venture because, like you said, it's such a big jump from Venture into. an
Yeah, I
action-
got some commentary on this. You know what my commentary is that they are using the expedition frigates in like a multipolar way. They're trying to have them kind of naturally branch off into ice, into minerals, into gas. And like you can see with the original expedition frigates, you know, Prospect, Endurance, they looked like they had like their specific things, but they're making these more multi-purpose, it seemed. And I just don't think that's the way to go. Like the Pioneer shouldn't even be able to mine gas if it's going to mine the same amount as the Venture. That's just ridiculous. Who the fuck would ever use it for that? There's no, unless you want more hold, it just doesn't make sense, right? Now, if they said, all right, we're going to make a Pioneer and then another one that does gas and then they tuned it to be a slight upgrade, it would make more sense to me. I just don't understand why these ships can mine gas if they're going to be just as good as a Venture at it. And again, if the math has changed or I'm wrong about this, I'll obviously learn about it and correct the record here. I just feel like we should not be merging these destroyers and frigates into ore and gas together if it's going to be no progression for gas. Right now, the only progression is, can you afford Syndicate scoops, and do you want to use an Outrider? This is why in high school I would have copied all your homework. Kind of feels made for boxers. Doesn't have some more gas because the extra slot just joined. Yeah, so it has less of a boost to compensate. Krungle. We did the math a couple weeks ago on this, and we literally did the math and looked at what CCP said and looked at their numbers, and all of these mined the exact same base gas per second. Meaning that when boosts are applied, they're getting the same boost as well. Brutal. Now, again, if somebody can correct this, I'm wrong. Have they stated what the thought process is for gas? This cannot be an oversight. Well, I think they're just kicking the can down the road for gas, kind of. The Odysseus is a change to gas. Outrider is a change to gas, but only incidentally. They'll probably do a gas pass in 2026 or 2027. That's my guess. Gas is like really bare bones right now, and the gameplay is like full of like glitches to make it happen, basically like spinning, Jedi mind tricking, perching. They could probably do a complete rework and make it really interesting. Do some reworks on the existing ships to add some progression. I just don't think they're interested in tackling that right now, which I can't even be mad about, but you know, I like gas, so I'm going to advocate for it. You know, when I see this, I can't help but be disappointed. It would have been better if the Pioneers couldn't even mine gas. Emotionally. But again, not a huge deal. We're basically playing Critic as best as possible just to have a better, more robust conversation.
Actual like mining exhumer or something like that. Mm-hmm. Having that step
for ice, yeah, ice is cool.
And then different variations of things.
True, I agree.
You don't have to just go for the base version. If you're looking to do salvaging with drones, the consortium issue is going to be like really cool. It's the only ship that has a bonus to.
So when I lost the Pioneer,
drones, right?
Yep.
Really?
And then having a micro jump drive capable ship to boost your mining fleet around. That's really cool. But it's not just.
So the rule goes, if you get L-minored, you actually have to reveal it. So I got L-minored, and I'm revealing it. I'm taking it on the chin, and I'm gonna grow as a man. Bunton, well done.
One that's sitting there doing nothing else. It's also a trip like helping and mining itself.
I dedicate this pair to you.
Quite a bit cheaper than the Poipus too. So that's one of the reasons why we created this ship as well. Is like the Poipus right now, I think is like 150 million when it's fitted, and that's pretty expensive for like a mining boosting ship.
Yeah,
but so this cannot have compression like the Poipus, and it also has one less link. So the Poipus is still going to be useful. The Poipus will still have more powerful command.
What is he saying?
Porpoise running. But if you just want,
he's saying porpoise. That's awesome. I haven't heard that pronounced like that. I love that. They're not in game. Yeah, well, I had to click it anyway. Lancer wonders, are barges not worth it? Yeah, I mean, I don't think barges are worth it for gas, mate. You know, some people would swear by them though. They just own the space and have buddies and don't care.
Like,
but for solo, no way.
Like command bursts for mining, then this ship is pretty good for that too.
Nice. I like it a lot. I think next up, we're going to go talk about the Odysseus, and I'm going to warp over there. And I think we're going to spend quite a bit of time just talking about it. It's a really versatile ship, and there's a ton of things that we need to discuss about it. I'm going to warp over to it. The first of all, the visuals on the ship.
Yes.
It looks so cool.
It's bonkers.
It's actually bonkers. The fact that it has that huge ring around the back end that when I saw early versions of this, I was like, oh my God, I wonder if it's going to do a spinning thing. And then it came out and it was even
it
better.
It certainly is spinning, yeah.
It is absolutely spinning, and it's spinning a lot here. So here it is. Here we're sitting next to the Odysseus.
Wow. I didn't think it would spin that fast.
Before we even hop into it, we just need to show info on this because there's a lot of different bonuses here. CCP Catcher, could you run us through the different bonuses and what sets them apart from other SOE ships? Because it's very similar to SOE ships in general, right?
Yeah, so like all of the other SOE ships,
So I did a breakdown on this. I'm curious to have them break it down as well. I'm just chilling today. But people were curious about this ship. Somebody asked about it earlier. So again, I'm not personally not looking to use this ship, but I'll probably be covering it at some point because of how important it might be. But it just costs too much, I think. This is a 2 billion-ish ship, but like that price is going to dissuade a lot of savvy people from buying it, which means it's going to be even more losses.
uses Amar and Galanti skills. So in this case, Amar Battlecruiser and Galanti Battlecruiser. And it has very similar bonuses to all of the SOE ships. So
This can't cost more than a Nestor, though. It doesn't make sense.
Armor resistance bonus from the Amar skill, bonuses to drones on the Galanti skill, and then a bonus to hacking, and then a bonus to medium energy turrets.
So it's similar in those ways, but what sets this thing apart is this is a battle cruiser. It can warp cloaked.
Battle cruiser operational.
It can be bridged. It also has this one thing here, which is the 0-point mass entangler. For those who might not know what that is,
somebody asked about C-13s and this fitting of C-13s. Yeah. I mean, this is going to be the de facto C-13 kind of ship for somebody with few accounts that doesn't want to like do compression, rather run it out there. You can store gas in this thing. You know, I have a lot of issues with this ship in general if your main shtick is gas. But if you occasionally grab a sight, I mean, it's kind of cool to toss it in there. No compression, though. You know, no compression lends this to more of a day tripping ship, right? But the fact they can fit in C-13s, you will certainly see them in C-13s. Right now, the current big dog without using exploits to get in C-13s, probably porpoises are extremely strong. Also Hicks, very strong. Stuff like Draugrs can be very powerful in there. But this being in the C-13s, you'll see them. Even if you don't see them, they'll be there. You can also use this as a Hick to close wormholes, technically. I don't know why you would. That's an expensive ass hole closer, but hey, in a pinch, you know? So either way, like, this ship is fascinating. I love that it's here. I may not use it, though. And I'm specifically interested in what this last line says. It says something about it has bonus effects depending on the zone. So we're going to learn about that, hopefully.
What is a 0-point mass entangler?
How many M3 is a Vitcore?
So it's a module that you
240,000?
before now, only fitted on heavy interdictor cruisers, and it basically just like lowers your mass a ton, but it stops you from warping off. And the most common usage for this is mostly just to go through frigate wormholes in wormhole space and to
250
like, use rolling
total,
like for rolling holes with like Hectors.
Yeah. So basically, it's going to allow this ship to go into anywhere in wormholes.
Got you.
Yeah.
Was that any concern with, like, this is a battle cruiser after all, with the type of strength you could bring into certain wormholes now?
Yeah, that's definitely one of the like balancing concerns that we had. Like one of the things we did specifically with this ship is we made it so it doesn't have a bonus to sentry drones.
Yeah. So it's not the new EOS in wormhole space. Instead, it just has heavy drones, mediums, and lights that it's got bonus.
They're really careful to not make more EOS shit. It's awesome. They've nerfed EOS guy playstyle for like 5 years straight or more. Just nerf after nerf after nerf. What's up, Shamfara? How you doing? New kitchen appliance? Oh, back there? Yeah, it's my kettle table. I moved my unk-ass couch to my kettle table. See a Blitz?
Yeah, it's also quite a bit slower than all of the other command ships as well. Like it only goes about 1k a second, and it has like a under 10-second align. So it's like slower than a Damnation, for example.
Yeah. So this ship here, let's hop into it now that we're actually next to it and see it in actual space. First of all, it is absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of like a jack of...
Someone wants to know what EOS guy is. EOS guy, so basically the principle is simple. Micro jump field generator on command destroyers plus lots and lots and lots and lots of sentry drones allows you to drop your drones, frag somebody, and then blink the entire EOS crew away with all the drones. They've nerfed it a bunch of times. But back in the day, you could have a couple Bouchers, a pack of EOSs, and take on like an entire block on your own. And there's nothing they could do to stop you. So, with enough APM and skill.
all traits, but it doesn't do any of those things badly.
Generally used in
the idea,
J-Space.
I believe, was to have a ship, an end game exploration ship that could run everything. Whether you run into a gas harvesting site, or you run into a DD site, or if you're a relic or data sites, you could have this as your nomad type ship that goes out and does anything it wants into,
He said it. Run that back. Run that back.
nomad type ship that goes out, data sites. You could have this as your
Wait for it.
your nomad type ship that
Nomad mainstream, baby. We made it finally. Oh my God, it's been years. We're finally
goes out
doing it big.
and does anything it runs
Sebby.
into, including PvP if you want to set it up for that.
Sure.
To do that, you need to be able to carry a lot of things with you. And this is a ship that has an SMA. Is that correct?
That is correct, yeah.
SMA ship maintenance array. An array means, wait for it.
How big is the SMA hold on this, and what can it... So it's a ship that can go into smaller wormholes as well, but also carry...
Yeah, it has a 75,000 meter cubed ship maintenance
We
array.
bright.
So that basically means that you can get anything up to a destroyer in there. So you can't bring a cruiser. So because this can get into like class 13 wormholes
big is
and
it?
such, we don't want you to like smuggle in things that can't get there.
Wait, how big is it big? What do you say?
And such, we don't want you to like smuggle in things that can't get in there.
Yeah.
But you
Is there a fleet bay?
So that basically means, yeah, it has a 75,000 meter cubed ship maintenance array.
What the
So that
fuck?
basically means that you can get anything up to a destroyer in there. So you can't bring a cruiser.
So ship maintenance array means assembled ships, capiche? So this would be different. You can't put unassembled ships in there. That's the balancing factor. Okay, I get it now.
So because this can get into like class 13 wormholes and such, we don't want you to like smuggle in things that can't get in there.
Yeah.
But you can like put
So
like
relevant
Fiesteros
for
in
me.
here if you wanted to like hand them out to your friends, or you could like store a PvP ship in there, or like a confessor or something.
I think it's a very, very cool ship.
This is seriously like a nice, interesting tool for people that like know how to be safe and have like 2 accounts. Seriously, it's a really interesting tool.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it first. I know I'm going to try and PvP in it.
No.
Because it's going to be it's a battle cruiser. It has a resist profile. It's got the 4% per level on it. You can put out 5 heavy drones. What do you think the players are going to mostly use with it? Because it can also be used as a boosting ship, right?
Yeah, we've actually added a new type of command burst here called the Expedition Command Burst.
Yeah.
And there's 3 different charges you can use with that. One of them increases probe scan strength and hacking strength, like the coherence. There's another one that boosts range for hacking modules. As well
I mean,
as
you would literally use this as your scanning ship if you did a 2 account setup because of the boosts, probably.
directional scanner range. And then there's also another one that lowers the maximum scan deviation of scan probes as well.
So it's very focused on exploration when it comes to
Yeah.
the bursts themselves.
Yeah, and also one thing that it has too, so you can actually fit these on any ship that can use command bursts.
Yeah.
But specifically, the Odysseus has a huge 100% bonus to duration on the roll bonus, and it's the only ship right now that has a bonus to them directly as well. And so, like, if you have the mind link in and burst, like, they actually last about 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Or if there's actually like a sisters command mind link that you can buy as well, like a special one, and that will boost it up to about 6 minutes. And that
So
way-
I'm just gonna pull the rug off, pull the rug out, pull the mask off, pull the wool off. I don't know the expression. So here's the major problem with the Odysseus, and they're not gonna say this because this would be a big sad. And you think I'm gonna say the price? Price is a major problem, but the biggest problem is that people are not gonna understand that this is vulnerable on wormholes. They're going to think that they're invulnerable when they go out to J-Space as long as they don't hit a site. This shit, my friends, is getting decloaked constantly on wormholes by solo dictors and killed by Proteuses or Lokis. This shit is going to die in wormholes a lot. A covert cloak is not going to save you when it takes you like 10 seconds to align like a fucking DST with no nullifier. There is crucially no nullifier on this, right? And it can't equip it? Which means this thing should be very carefully moved. Now, it's way safer than an Orca that has no fucking defense outside of EHP and downtime. But make no mistake, this thing, people are going to think that they can move it through J-Space. Somebody's going to see it, wait for you to go through a hole, pop the bubble, decloak, chase you through, double polarize, decloak you again, and then kill you with a random strategic cruiser. Like, you got to be hella careful with this. Tech 3 cruisers run into a similar problem when not travel fit. I feel like they move really quickly. They also have the ability to kill the Dictor instantly. You can't kill the Dictor with this thing, not quickly. Not with like heavy drones or like a couple shitty mediums. I just think this is going to be a slow ass ship, and unlike a Cenotaph, which is kind of slow as well now, it can't fight back that well. Tech 3 can go to, I mean, Tech 3 can go 9K cold with the right sub or with the right subsystems. But basically what I'm trying to say is that this thing, I think, will be the most expensive ship that you see people use solo or duo like that on wormholes that can still be caught. People identifying, Gerald identifying that you can catch strategic cruisers this way, 100% true. I just feel like they're way faster, scrappier, they have a way out even if you get caught. Like, this thing will just go down. However, with that said, I mean, you know, not everybody can decloak. It's honestly, don't listen to anybody. Like, catching people with decloaks is not easy, especially because you got to do it twice in J-Space. And there's ways to get around it, but you're going to see this thing dead a lot. And on Zkill, it's going to be like, it's always going to say like outside of some planet, you know, from not Newbro, sorry, I was reading his thing, from wormholes. You're not going to see it in sights, I'm telling you. Now, if people try to perch with this, it's going to die every time, but you shouldn't perch with this. If you want to scoop gas with this, I'll teach you. You have to actually leverage the same mechanics I'm doing to spin to keep this alive. Gerald. It's good to draw the comparison to Tech 3 cruisers because you're 100% right. They also are decloakable and catchable. They're just slicker with it. Acromic says, Newbro here, I should try to scale into Loki cruisers sooner rather than later to focus on a Tech 3 destroyer for the time being. Definitely Loki, yeah. Yeah, you're going to get, you know, Loki is a ship you will always use, and it'll always get you in groups, and it'll always get you kills, and you can engage safely. Tech 3 destroyers are cool. They don't hold a candle to strategic cruisers. Strategic cruisers are some of the most powerful ships in the whole game, period. And I'm not even just making that up. Look at how they work. Look at how their subsystems work with like heating, overheating, and multiplicativity and stuff. Like, it's shocking the numbers you get out of them. And I guess most of you are aware of that by now, but anyway, let's go back to watching. I'm rambling.
So it's links that linger much longer. Yeah. They don't just immediately disappear, which means you can
Loki's a good thing to aim for in the early game.
And the people that are running into it might
or any strategic cruiser.
Maybe you can descan further.
Destroyer is a little harder to make work.
Yeah, and it also means, like, for example, Bjorn, if we were together and you were we're trying to scout out a wormhole together, I can give you boosts, and like you can start probing the ones at the top, and I can start probing the ones at the bottom. Yeah, and you can even go into a site and complete it and hack it before the bursts fall off.
Hey, what's up, Ivan?
And also, like, if you jump into a wormhole and then you like double click in space cloak burst, and you can like keep like the bursts going while you're cloaked for like quite an extended amount of time.
You don't have to decloak to re-link up again, basically. I'm gonna assume that most wormhole groups are either terrified or super excited by this edition. Which side of the coin do you think the
Wait, why would we be terrified?
majority will follow?
I think most of them seem to be excited.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm excited personally. I think this is super cool. So like,
there's just a lot of awesome reasons to introduce a ship like this. Now we're gonna talk about the price, but like big targets that do really cool things, like that's a good thing for the game. You're going to get people wanting to try it, people risking it, taking L's. You're also going to get people that become experts with it and don't lose it. This is not unlike a Cenotaph in terms of how it gets caught. And people whip Cenotaphs everywhere. You're going to see slick people using these things and not losing them and doing weird shit with them, right? Using Eevee's Loki nowadays? Yeah, Eevee has a hell of a Loki game.
100%. We're gonna see this, of course, when people are rolling holes or whatever they're doing in there. This is gonna start being very often seen in.
I wonder if they talk about
the best place for it. But I think this is gonna be used a hell of a lot in in K-Space as well, where people are just exploring and doing these kind of nomad activities, filamenting around and just, oh, I guess I found a gas site. Let's have some of this. And we're going to see some really funny kill mails in the future, I bet. Some guy who hasn't docked up for like four months. I'm very excited for this becoming a good addition to the SOE line. And I think it fits the bonuses that have been added onto this. I think this is a really, really cool ship.
I think it's great design. There's just no way around it. Like the existence of the Orca and the Nestor. This, you know, it'd be cool if this could go even more into that space, but because they exist, like they can't do everything all at once. I would love it. And maybe this would make the ship busted. But I would love a compression module for this that is only activatable once a day and can only compress like 10K M3. I would love a ration compression module for this ship, because the only thing missing from this ship is the ability to compress your gas. Now, being able to compress it all at once, not fair. You don't have an industrial core. But what about something that uses a charge for like 5 million and lets you compress a bunch of gas for like a short period of time, once a day or once every couple of days? That would be nasty. Now, that doesn't really fit into the normal like module scope, a day-long cooldown, but even once a day reset on downtime would be interesting if you can compress a little bit of gas. I'd love it if this ship could chip away at compressing gas. I've always said that compression, there's a lot more design space there. And I think they'll probably touch on it when they do rework gas eventually, because I'm sure they want to. Gas can't be how they intend it to be, even if it is cool.
Is there anything about the
exploration bay is so huge it doesn't need to compress? Well, I mean, I can fill a porpoise mining hold, which is 62,500 M3 myself in a couple of days with compressed gas, which is 10 times the normal amount. Dedicated gas people can get like 500,000 M3 worth of gas quickly with their setups. Now, this ship is generally only going to mine by itself, so it won't fill it as fast, granted, but 60k M3 is not enough for gas. That's like that's like a quarter of a site when you get to the high end. So it is going to be able to hold the gas, but I would love a way for it to chip away or slowly passively compress the gas in the hold, like 100 M3 an hour or something cool like that. Just keeping all porpoise nearby. I hate the idea of having this ship. See, I don't think porpoise plays nice with this, because this ship is better the fewer accounts you have. But a porpoise is a highly specialized thing to bring out the J-Space and sit there just for compression. You know, like, if I have the porpoise, which I do, why do I want this? I have a bigger expedition bay for gas with a mining hold. I can compress. I got a little space to play with. This and the porpoise have too much overlap, I think, for a guy or girl doing 2 accounts. That's kind of my takeaway. Freight, good to see you. Tordenson, subscribe with the Prime. Thank you for that. Very kind. Very, very kind. Thank you for joining the stream here. Hope everybody's having a good day. Looks like I still have a couple of viewers here. Fantastic. I think Laura is streaming too. Make sure to go check him out. I'm just doing my thing, you know me. But the elephant in the room is the price is too high. This ship is fantastic for 1.2 bill. That's my take. 2 bill is going to weed out most people who want to use this for like actual gameplay and not just the novelty. And I hope it gets lower. I just don't see people paying 2 bill for this and like not just immediately losing it because their decision making is awkward. Should be the same as an Esther, not double. I agree, Frit. I agree.
Chip,
Ivan, hope you're having a good day, buddy.
We did mention that it can be bridged.
Yep. We did talk about like it being able to carry a lot of things, but we didn't actually show you.
I could see this going along with a blob
So
screw.
it has a new special bay.
That's kinda
for
cool.
the expedition holds.
Yep.
That it has, which is a pretty huge at 50,000 meters cubed. So you can pretty much store everything in there that you loot or you huff yourself. So you can actually like mine 3 or 4 like gas sites in one more space and carry the gas out with you. You also have like a small fleet hangar as well. It's only 1,000 meters cubed, but it's enough that you can like share loot with
Bro,
other
that's
people
so
and-
troll. I just opened the window because the sun stopped shining in my eyes and now it's back. I'm just gonna blind myself. Fuck it.
people can like like an Astero can like go out, like hack some sites and come back to you, and then
And drop it.
Yeah,
in your
Hefel, it's
Tiger, and you'll
brutal.
Pop that into your expedition hold and
Yeah.
accumulate it all.
Yeah, and you can put pretty much anything in there that comes from like a hacking or relic site. So like data cores, like ancient relics, everything like that.
Nice.
Salvage.
So it can basically just carry almost anything in there.
Yeah, well, it can put cap boosters in there as well. Not like actual ammo, like bombs and like missiles and stuff, but
Yeah.
cap boosters specifically. And
Charges that can have charges.
blocking
Yeah.
me.
And then it has it has a really good drone bay. The fact that it can have 5 heavies and it's got 600 meters cubed of drone space. That's pretty good. Special system effects. I thought that was on the thing. Yeah, let's talk about the special system effects as well, because that is one of the things that we haven't mentioned and I've seen a lot of speculation about. So what are special system effects and how does this ship
Ooh,
interact with it?
here it is.
yeah, so when this ship is in a specific system, that
I'm
has a
excited
effect,
for the Outrider.
like one of the soft modifiers that we added in Legion, or in a wormhole system,
Wait a second. Any effect, not just wormhole weather?
or in a metaliminal storm, or in a system with a special landmark in it, it will actually just get a unique bonus. And maybe you could go to Monarch into the Alliance tournament system and see. Or
Are we going to tell people what it is, or will they have to find out themselves?
we're mostly gonna let people find them out for themselves.
Yeah.
Like when people think about exploration, like mostly people think about the
Bitch, you better tell me. Stop playing.
gameplay, but then there's
What is this, CCP Castrol? You better stop playing, Castrol.
also people like Kadia Sai and like Mark 726. Hopefully I got his name right. His like Eve travel blog.
Hey, Life, what's up, buddy?
And like
What's up, Saint?
like this discovery and like going around space. So we intentionally kept that bonus like a little bit vague, so like people will discover them naturally. I'm sure some people will go through Hobo Leagues and like it'll all be on the university in a few weeks. But yeah, I mean we can show off one if you want.
How would we do that? Where would we?
Monarch.
Maybe go to M2.
M2.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you want to know something crazy? Holy shit, wait a second.
Hold on, it's on a different keyboard here.
Yo, check this out. This just tickles me, and like I swear to god, this is good faith. You guys know if you search for a system up here, like UW9, right, and you push enter, it searches through everything in the game, including players, corporations, items, right? But if you click the A in your root and search UW9, it only searches system index and it's instant. Do you guys know that? Apparently CCP doesn't know that. Anyway, I gotta let them know of that later.
M2.
Yeah.
Hold on, it's on a different keyboard here.
M2 equals.
Not M2 equals.
M2.
Oh, you guys want your mind blown again? Oh, I figured this out yesterday. Check this out. This is gonna fuck you up. You know how if you move a window, like it moves the window? If you have windows that are snapped to each other, check this out. This is gonna blow your mind. You may know this. If you have windows that are snapped to each other and hold shift, look what happens. If you hold shift, all the windows move together that are snapped. All of them. Do you know how nice that is for repositioning shit? Do you guys want another one? Hold on, one more, because I know people here don't know this. A bunch of you do, a bunch of you don't. If you grab items and do just a meager Control X, as if you would cut them in a folder browser, and then navigate to another folder and do a Control V, it moves the items. You can cut and paste items in Eve as you would any other file browser. All right, I'm done blowing your minds. All right, back to the show. Scotty, what's up, dude? Dwayne knew that one.
Sorry, it was just on a non-Icelandic keyboard and I was lost. M2.
Love you guys.
XFE.
Yes. The
Shalom, been cutting trees and touching grass.
system
My guy.
where there is a special landmark because of the big fight that happened.
Copy paste.
So we're on a test server. It's going to take me just a moment to get moved over there. Give me just a moment here.
I'll eventually do a video with all the UI shit I've picked up over the years. I love you guys. Scotty, good to see you. Meek, how you doing? George, what's up? By the way, I'm just teasing. I'm sure they know about
The effect
that.
that you were talking about, they're
Control
also
Z.
going to be in storms, right?
Yes.
And they're also going to be inside of
Packrat or the expensive
Sov
ones.
system effects. Is that
Yeah.
correct as well?
Yeah, and also wormholes.
And wormholes.
yeah. So if you're in a red giant
Oh,
wormhole,
depot.
you'll get an extra effect in the ship.
Yes.
And you can see it just above your HUD right now.
So we're now sitting here, and in here there's going to be higher salvage module duration. Because of the big fight that was in here. I like this. It's going to
The
be
mining ledger, yeah.
Like, oh wait, I have an extra bonus. I won.
Mining ledger is sweet.
Awesome.
Y'all control W to close windows. I've been control Wing like a fucking fiend lately. It's so much faster than fishing for that little fucking X up there. The only problem is you got to make sure not to do it too many times so you close everything down. Wow, this is going off the rails, chat. Holy smokes.
Is there anything we've missed about the ship in general? That we've gone through the bonuses. We've gone through most of the.
Thank you for hanging out with me today,
The only
folks.
thing we haven't mentioned
Mad Mike,
is
how you doing?
Players are going to get it.
That's a good point. How do they get it?
So
Oh, really?
the blueprint will be in the Sisters of Eve LP store, and then you'll be able to manufacture it. And it just uses regular minerals, although it is quite expensive. We were trying to make it cost about the same as an Orca right now, which
I feel like that's a personal call out.
might be a little bit too expensive, but we'll have to see how.
Ooh, they said it. They said it's too expensive, which means they know they're gonna walk it back down to like $1.5 bill. Give it a month, and you yourself can fly in Odysseus.
Going to be
so.
in the more expensive range.
Yes,
It's
right
true.
now in the LP store, it's I think double the cost of a Nesta,
Okay.
and the
I just love. He's like, okay,
mineral cost right now is about 1.4 the cost of a Nesta.
Okay.
hold on, listen to this.
Right now in the LP store, it's I think double the cost of a Nesta,
Okay.
and the mineral cost right now is about 1.2 to 1.3 billion. I think maybe a bit higher than that.
So people will likely treat it more as a command kind of mothership of their gang if they're doing things, and not throw it maybe so straight into the fire.
Yeah, and this
I'm
is
sure
one of the
some will.
things that actually makes it balanced with the 0-point mass entangler.
So good.
Yes, if this was a
Yeah.
very cheap ship and you could just take hordes of people through wormholes, that would have all kinds of issues with projection and other things too, right?
So unfortunately, I disagree with this, and I think they also disagree with it as well. This could be half price currently what it's going to be, and it would still just be like a fun ship to add into the mix. It's not going to break anything. Nothing's going to get broken by this. Maybe some C-13 oversight I didn't see, but I already broke C-13s. Who gives a fuck? So the point is, I think this ship is awesome, and they can reduce the price rapidly after launch, and everybody will be happy. I think this ship is going to be an excellent part of like the solo experience, with especially people with a sane amount of accounts.
I'm going to move it back to Polaris real quick, because we have set up there the next thing we want to talk about, which is carriers, and we're going to warp over there. We are now back in Polaris. If you want to swap me back on, and we get another look at the warp animation as we go into warp here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually really excited to talk to you guys about the carriers too.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's the sane amount of account thresholds? I think anything past 2 accounts is insane. I'm running 8 right now, so I'm obviously fucking totally screwed.
I'm excited too.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see the bonus. Did I miss it?
Don't know if you know this, but there was a certain streamer that used to do Thanatos Thursdays, and that was some of my favorite content on Twitch at the time. So, I don't know.
Yeah. The Thanatos lives in my heart. It's a cool ship, and it's also the one we're going to be showcasing the most.
Fantastic.
Not biased at all.
Oh, it's also the one that got like the biggest facelift. I think.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
It got a huge face.
It looks so much better than it used to. I
Yeah.
mean, not that it was bad before.
No,
but,
sure.
So it had a very iconic,
Mm,
iconic
cool.
look.
Yeah.
but it
Um,
looks so good. You know.
I think once we land, we'll quickly just zoom past them all and 3D camera our way around.
All right, so we're going to talk about carriers real quick. Let me just give you a little background. I'm no expert. I don't really like cap stuff, although you should probably know how fighter tubes work in Modern Eve somehow. Maybe you can get a hold of a Astra Hus and use it that way, or do a test server thing. You should probably learn how the tube mechanics work, so this is kind of neat. So I love the carrier idea, but obviously the current implementation is so incredibly gimped and weak that, you know, most people just laugh at the idea of carriers for anything other than just logistical stuff or utility like booshing shit. But back in the day, carriers were a fearsome force. They were. No, I'm not talking about slow catting. I'm talking about post-fighter rework. They were fearsome. They were used for block stuff. They were massed. Tech 1 carriers were massed. They were the right price. They had the right projection. They worked well with Citadels. But over time, I don't know really what happened. I quit and obviously don't really pay attention like I ought to. But the price of these went up so high and the rest of the game got incredibly strong. Why the fuck would you fly a carrier doing less damage than a Marauder for all that money? And like you have to fly your drones. It's just like no shot. So they've kind of pivoted the carriers more to a logistical role, which, you know, much to the chagrin of an Eve play, that's not what we really have in mind for carriers. And I'm sorry, this commentary is barbed, but the reality is the carriers need to have a split, right? We need to, you know, have the actual the hauling carriers. That needs to be part of the hauling line of ships, not the fighting carriers, in my opinion. That's not going to happen. But instead, they're trying to make carriers have a place in the game that's not just massing fighters until you can't move anymore, right? So what do? Well, I know already that they're going to increase the space of ships you can carry, which is a carrier carrying ships is a big deal, sure, certainly. But I would love to see them just get a DPS increase and a price reduction. I think they're going to get a price reduction as well, I was told. So let's listen. Obviously, just backgrounding you as to what I know about carriers. I've flown Nidhogger and Thanatos for corporate stuff for Circle of Two. And you would basically get on your carrier when called at the right place and mass drones and switch to superiority if the other people bring their carriers. And that was it. You pretty much just do a fleet like normal. It was cool, but I personally think caps are like a worse version of Eve. It's like I don't know how to describe it. Maybe I don't have the joy of doing a nano rag or throwing an apostle in there just to save myself and turning something. But like, I don't know. I just think case-based caps are just wackadoodle. You know, it's silly bananas stuff. Now, J-space caps are different because there's actual limitations on massing them instantaneously, right? You can still drop and seed, but
so they did
another
get
surprise,
a
cool.
facelift, but we also had some big changes to different aspects of them. One of them being price. Can you talk to us about how much we're lowering them in price?
Yeah, I mean, straight away, we're basically going to be cutting 30% off the cost of the build cost of all of the carriers.
Yeah, that
the idea
long
is
overdue.
Basically, to bring the price point down between
The Rourke rolls.
and the Marauder, so it kind of like fits sort of in between those. So you're really sort of looking at hull prices, I think around like 1.3, 1.4, and then with the fitting, you're probably looking at around $2 bill.
I mean, $2 bill fit is like quite cheap.
So they're going to be considerably cheaper.
Considerably cheaper, yeah, that's right. We also are
these used to be
dropping
fit like
build time of
1.2
them by
bill or
10%.
something insane.
Yeah, but that's kind of the more focus.
If I remember
is on
correctly.
the actual costs themselves. We just felt that like they were so close to the Dreadnought in terms of cost.
Yes.
And
The thing about carriers, dudes, and this just hit me hella bad. I gotta fix Florp's key binding. It just hit me like you can literally reduce the cost of the carriers by a lot if you make fighters cost a lot. You can make the carrier cost way less and make Tech 2 fighters cost like 5 times as much, and you're still balancing this whole class out. I never thought of it like that.
it was like they don't have the same firepower.
No, and the changes
Right.
that we're doing to them as well, it's not just making it into a DPS monster. It's more utility focused. That is where we want these ships to be.
Okay, so they're committed to
be
it.
used
Fair.
as a utility machine in a way.
Exactly. I mean, so when we really think about it, we were looking at the Dreadnought, and we're looking at sort of super high DPS, and it is kind of the king of the capital ship.
Yeah, the training
And
times
it's
is
like,
ridiculous.
Okay, when we look at the carrier usage, we see a drop in carrier usage, and it's like, okay, why is that? What is the problem? And it's like, could we solve that by just upping the DPS? And it's like, well, no.
could.
Well, I mean, we could.
But
But it doesn't.
Is that what we want?
No, but exactly. I mean, we end up just creating a situation where, like, okay, are we just competing? Are the two ships competing with each other?
Yeah.
And then, like, it doesn't really solve the problem. So when we were looking at the carriers, we were thinking, like, okay, what is there?
For what it's worth, I appreciate this commentary from them. I do. This is pretty insightful, this whole video. Well done.
Role on the battlefield? And that is a very large question that has very different answers depending on who you ask.
Yes.
But from the research and like the conversation we're having, it really seemed to be that like they fit quite naturally in the support and utility part of the ecosystem. And I think,
Especially once they got conduit ability.
Yes, exactly. Like
the ability to bring ships in. But the biggest problem with that is that you would conduit a gang in with your carrier, and then you warp the carrier to a ping
Yes.
and cloak it. And then
Yes.
you focus on your real fighting ship, right?
yeah.
So we've tackled that in a way. But the biggest change, I think, First of all, the price being much lower, so you can be more affordable and throw these kind of things around.
Yes.
But we're adding another fighter tube,
Yes.
a support fighter tube.
It supports fight tube. Yeah.
Let's
There you
actually
go.
talk about support fighters in general. And I'm going to hop into a ship here. I don't actually have support fighters on the ship, but we're going to show something off later as well. Actually, let's take a pit stop and load fighters in here because it looks so insanely cool when we
My God, yes.
load them up here.
hmm
My thing is gone with my fighters. FC would do. There we go.
They're trying to get me to buy a Bripe over on YouTube.
I'm going to go to Fighter Bay.
hmm
And I kind of want to do this and decouple my cam at the same time because I want to showcase how cool this looks.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to try and move a little closer here. And we actually see fighters get loaded now
Yep.
into the actual ship
God
itself.
damn.
Like, look at this.
Oh, wow.
So
Fuck
they get loaded
me.
in there graphically, and then when you send them out, they fly out like actual fighters would do. One concern that we were worried about is it going to make launching them any slower, or is it going to add nothing like that?
Nothing like that at all.
So when I click this, you'll see a visual indication of them
Yep.
sending themselves off. But the fighter self, this is a visual part. Like they'll join the
fires are
group.
already out. Yes.
They're already out and ready to be used.
No, exactly.
But talking about support fighters in general, we're adding an extra tube.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pause it there and say stop. I can only get so fucking erect. I mean, seriously, having the fighters come in and out, that might just save the whole class.
But we're also touching up support fighters.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a couple of things. So, when we're adding the extras, the support tube, we're not. We're essentially only increasing the number of tubes total. So, if you want to have 3 light fighters out,
I
you can
see
have an
cycle.
additional support fighter, which
Yeah.
is like quite a big increase. But because we can have 2 support tubes, it means you could run 2 and 2. So 2 light fighters and 2 support fighter flights.
So we're not adding an extra tube that can be an extra damage fighter tube.
Yeah.
But technically,
Sure. Technically,
you can
yes.
have 3 fighters and the utility
And
one
the
still
utility,
now.
yeah, exactly.
Or you can rock 2 and 2.
You rock 2 and 2, yeah. So there's a little bit more versatility when it comes to what support fighters you.
All right, hold on. What can carriers do? Besides fighting. So we're making a list of carrier utility. They can carry other ships. Suitcase. They can conduit jump other ships. What else can they do? Besides fighting includes ratting and PvP, but I guess we can just put that on here. They can boosh even unbooshable ships, right? Can they boosh everything but super caps? Is that fair? They can. Somebody said they can boosh command indies, which I didn't even know, honestly. I just played it off like I knew. Life says they need a DPS bump. Yeah, I totally agree with that. But they really seem committed to making them utility, which is fair. What else can they do? Super carriers can do some more stuff, but just base carriers. They can boost siege orcas. Yeah, that's crazy. I love that. So they have support drones, which means, you know, obviously they can do multiple roles in PvP, fighting, holding people down. But I would say these would be the main roles they serve. Like if you have a carrier, you're going to use it from one of these things. Is that safe to say? Here, make it bigger in case anybody's on their phone or some shit. PvP, ratting, carrying other ships. So I'll just do suitcase. Conduit, jumping other ships, booshing even unbooshable ships. So I just want to be clear here. Like if the carrier's actual PvP and ratting is bad, and we were to just delete these lines, this is a pretty shit capital class. And I'm not talking in terms of what it actually does for you, but in terms of like imagination. So like it has to be really good at ratting and make it a target for people to hunt, or it has to be like more dangerous in PvP for this to be like a really sweet class that new bros really actually want to get on board with. Because I hate to break it to you, but training into a carrier, Gerald pointed this out. You're spending almost all of your time training into like combat skills when you're just going to use it to boosh anyway or some shit. All this fighter management stuff, you're not even really about that fighter life on a Tech 1 carrier. So anyway, it's a really, and you got to say, like, I'm not even being so much of a downer here. Like Eve is beautiful because they're working with these like incredibly archaic patchwork kind of inherited just dogmas about what the game should be. So to them, they have to establish what they want it and develop it that way, right? Blah, 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 blah. In this case, they're making this into a utility ship. So since these are not going to be a focus of it anymore, let's give it some more roles. Why not? Why not? And hear me out. You know, this should be, the conduit should be reworked into a very similar thing, but it packs the ships inside and then you go through a bridge or something. But regardless, I digress. A carrier. They have another role, rolling high class, rolling wormholes. I forgot about this role. This is actually a very important role for carriers in JSpace. So it's all about the utility. So let's give it some more fun stuff. Let's give it, let's add a gas mining module on the carrier. Let's give it an ice mining bonus. Let's make it have a hacking bonus. Fuck it. Let's make it a scanning ship. Give it a huge scanning bonus. Fuck the Odysseus. I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. I like the Odysseus. But the carrier should have everything stupid on it. It should be the one-stop shop to enjoying the game somehow if you're not able to get instantly whaled. You know, because people love killing carriers. Come on now. Can carriers be made to be Nomad Hub? Yep. Correct. They're great at it. Almost best in class. I just, you know, never really had a need for it. You know, I did use a Rorqual for that, Bob. I'm not sure if you've seen my vidjas. Crix, good to see you, by the way. I think you slipped in here. I didn't say hi. Hi. How the hell are you? Yee, how you doing? ESS bonus? Exactly. Allowable in ES. No, you can send fighters in. Can send fighters in ESS. High-sec carriers. Yeah, level 4 missions. Missions, baby. I'm just saying, like, if carriers are going to be bad at PvP in terms of fighting another ship, why would you ever put this on grid instead of something else? Give them all the fun roles, and then let super carriers be the devastators. That'd be kind of cool. I think they're slowly working to this, right? So, either way, fun conversation. Obviously, there's a bit more of the video left. Let me just, I guess we could just put XL wormhole. It's a fantastic ship, especially when you look at it like this. And I've used it for both of these. Also this. This didn't exist. None of these existed when I had a carrier.
You want to use,
Yeah.
Which is something that I've felt that, like, if you're trying to maximize DPS,
Wait,
you
all right,
wanna
my
just
bad.
run the maximum number of flights you can.
Yes.
And so you end up
Somewhere Crash Naps is practicing the word Nidhogger.
sacrificing the DPS. I mean, 30% of your DPS.
Oh
to
god, I
have
think I'm
in
so
Dragons
funny.
or
It's
Sirens.
brutal.
Yes, for application or holding.
Pagel, what's up,
targets
dude?
Or
When the fuck did you get
looting or
here? Have I been ignoring Pagel this whole time? Hi, Pagel.
spamming them.
Yes.
Which
Mm.
those fighters were kind of
No more coffee. No more coffee. I'm banned.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
we've touched them up, but we haven't tuned them up to like 11.
No. So this is the thing. Throughout all of this, we want to make sure we're doing iterations. We're not just swinging the hammer because we don't want to
Yeah.
miss and have to pull
Mini
everything back.
dreads.
So we're making sure that
Marauders?
we're doing these incremental changes, making it like, okay, I think we're happy with this. Let's see what people think, and then keep going forward. But the other thing to mention is, so the Cenobites are getting a little bit of a buff, and the Scarabs are getting a buff, but also just on the carriers themselves, they are getting an improvement to their support utility.
Yes, so individual carriers. So for example here, the Nidhogger, if I show info, this is going to have a bonus.
I feel like there's a world where carriers can cost 800 million ISK and be used in low sec constantly if the fighters are very expensive and ineffective. I bet we could see carriers constantly in low sec chilling fighting if the hull was cheaper and they could actually use all this utility without spending so much on the hull. That's my prediction. We're actually moving that way.
Two Drummies.
Yes. Yes.
Now we couldn't boost the strength of Thanatos pointing, so we've increased the afterburner speed
Yes.
on those.
Yeah.
And then ECM
Cougar says, with the jump clone bay, you can move from K to J. Funny story, you can't actually jump clone into J space, no matter what. Even with a Rorqual, even with a Citadel. It's blocked. That would be cool, though. The Orca is a fantastic tool for a mobile station, though. The Orca lets you refit, carries a ton of stuff, can hold a bunch of gas or minerals, can compress in the safety of a bubble, and is generally safe if you know the mechanics. Carriers are godly for K-Space, though. Not so good to Nomad with caps in J-Space because you have very limited hole selection. The people there generally know how to catch you.
And looting for the Archon and the Chimera.
But good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the way you think.
How strong are these support fighters going to be here?
So in terms of, well, if you think about it from a buff perspective, we are increasing it by 100%.
Yeah,
like by having the extra.
By having an extra utility fighter.
Exactly. But you can also then obviously customize. You don't have to have like two Drommies. You could have Drommy Sirens, so you could do like web and point if you wanted to. But for the ships themselves, they are going to essentially have
Shadow doesn't agree.
10%
Fair
increase in their strength all around. Because
Okay.
if you have carrier 5, of course, because it's a carrier specific bonus.
So we're increasing the fighter tubes, so we have to increase the amount of fighters they can carry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we're also increasing something else.
Yes, we are. So we say the word carrier. They are meant to carry things. So we are actually going to be increasing the ship maintenance bay. So if you want to jump onto so as you see there, we've now got 2 million meters cubed. So it's essentially double from what it was previously.
How much is a unpacked Orca? It's a lot, right? Oops. $10 million. Fuck you. The dream is dead. Whatever. Whatever. All right. I don't even want to play anymore. I'm just quitting. Bye.
This is essentially like we want it to be used in terms of like carrying things, but also just for travel around New Eden.
Yeah.
So it's
Orca is
making it
fat
just
as
that
hell.
much more effective. So the carriers themselves are now the third best. I guess the super carriers and the Titans would have the bigger ones, but
It's much better than a dreaded carrying.
yes, yeah, exactly.
It's the same as the bowhead.
Why does a
right?
Titan have more
cool.
space than a
Yeah,
carrier?
Dread.
Yes,
That's a good point.
yeah, very good point.
And then the fighter bay also got increased
Yes.
to make space for having a fourth tube. right?
Yeah, exactly. So you have a little bit more utility in terms of like the amount of fighters you can actually have.
Yeah.
I don't know
and
how
then
you doing.
being able to carry them as well.
Mahler, good to see you. Thank you for the follow.
Addition, I was talking about conduiting into a fight and then sending your carrier onto a ping to just cloak it.
Yes.
The problem carriers had was not just doing things on the grid, utility or damage wise, but also in needing a fax to stay alive and being now a problem for the fleet to keep alive instead of kind of just staying alive itself.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this new sensor array. We have the NSA, but now we have a new thing called an
He said the NSA? Oh, fuck, dude. Oh,
integrated
God.
sensor array.
Yes. So we're essentially splitting the NSA and the ISA, so that the ISA,
Oh,
the integrated
God.
sensor array, is for carriers,
Yeah.
and the NSA is for super carriers. Essentially, it provides all
the
of the
alphabet
same
boys.
buffs that the previous NSA would provide, but we've also, as you can see there, we've done quite a significant increase to its local tank. So that's a reduction by about 30% in the duration of like
Cycle time? Yep.
and also a reduction in cap usage as well. So effectively, while you've got the integrated sensor array on, you are in a position where you can actually take a little.
Cooker says, how do you feel about CCB adding a cinematic camera? What's that about? I haven't seen that yet. Shadow Fox says, we got super carriers, normal carriers. We need a new carrier class called fleet carriers. They basically do all the utility stuff and leave regular carriers as DPS. I mean, I like that solution. The reason I'm kind of leaning away from that and leaning more into utility is because they have declared they're not going to make them strong PvPers. I agree with Shadow Fox. Yeah, I would love to see a split like that. I just don't think that's going to happen because of what they're saying.
A bit more damage than you have previously. I mean, when we were like doing our research, or even just from my experience, you never really fit active tanks on carriers.
Yeah.
Like it's just not really heard of. So this hopefully gives us more opportunity to start seeing more of an active tank, and therefore potentially as you were mentioning,
What does it do?
You never really fit active tanks
Oh, I
on
see.
carriers.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Oh, I
not
see.
really heard of.
This is
So
buffs
this-
active tanks. Got it.
Do you know what? I've forgotten what I've just said.
We
yeah.
can swap it over to how people get the integrated sensor array. Is this something
Yes.
King Cobra, good to see you.
converted?
Yes, so
Thank you
in
for
terms
sharing
of
Shadow
conversion,
Fox,
we
no
still
doubt.
have the NSA that's still available, same ways you would get it.
Yeah.
We are going to be
Combat
applying
freighters,
the same
my
thing to
guy.
the integrated sensor. Be the same ways you'll have
Perfect.
the beat.
No
the
notes.
BPOs available, but for the transition period. So basically, probably for the next couple of months, you'll be able to access the ISA from LP stores and be able to swap the NSA 1-for-1 with the
Oh
So you
wow,
basically
that's
just go
nice of
there
them.
and swap it in an LP
Yeah.
store.
Yeah,
But
for-
during the transition period,
Make sure to go with your character and just loiter on that undock. If you want to get a red box, you get a discount on the swap.
you will still be able to fit an NSA on a carrier or no.
No.
So as when patch hits,
Yep.
you will not be able to use an NSA anymore.
No, but you'll be able to swap it
Yeah.
for the ISA pretty easily.
One big difference here is that this has a 2-minute activation time.
Yes, yes.
Why did we add that instead of the 1 minute from the NSA?
Yeah. So one of the other things we're looking at is Skynetting.
Yes.
One of the problems we have is that because of the exceptional range that carriers.
Skynetting, in case anybody hadn't played or doesn't know what the term is, my understanding is very simple. And we did this in CO2. Everybody did it. You would put the carriers on a ball on a citadel and then send your drones, your fighters, literally to another building hella far away, right? So you're fighting remotely with your carriers. Skynetting is doing that with a huge ball of it, as far as I understand it.
You can sit pretty much in entire safety around a citadel, and launch your fighters, have them 10,000 kilometers away.
Yeah.
And should you
He
be
fucking
in a
explains it,
situation
of
where
course.
you run into a problem, you can abandon your fighters and you wait out your weapons timer,
Which
and
is
then-
very short.
it's very short.
And then basically you just tether up and are safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Invulnerable.
There's an argument to have caps have like a 10-minute weapons timer.
So what we've actually done is quite a significant reduction in the carrier's locking range. So they're round about 300 to 350 kilometer range they can actually lock, unless you use the ISA, which increases the range back to pretty much normal levels you had previously. But the difference is now is that the ISA has a 2-minute cycle time, which means that you would need to wait out that cycle time.
Yeah, a light carrier would be
siege
fun.
module.
I'll give you
You
that.
have to wait out that cycle time before you were able to be retethered or before you would be able to jump out.
I think there's a new hard lock now, 750 kilometers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
When it comes to normal, if you just increase it with like sensor boosters and stuff.
Correct, yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you want to get the extreme ranges, you will have to use this module, which is now a 2
So I don't know how much my audience uses carriers, but you know there is a huge influx of hordlings that are moving their stuff in the past week. I'm sure a lot of them use carriers, right? So, you know, this would have been advantageous for them a couple weeks earlier. Fuck, poor
timer,
horde.
which is very different when it comes to
Cycle time. Is that what you say?
Yes.
and the safety
When you
of
bust in a
doing
room?
Exactly.
It's cycle time.
And the other thing with the ISA, which is we wanted to
Mini
remove the
Chimera.
penalties for e-ball.
so. Yes.
So you do have the ability to use e-wall.
That is something that people might not know, but if you have an NSA on a carrier currently, if you try and scram something, it'll nuke your capacitor.
Yes. Yeah.
Or if you try and target paint something or web something. So it kind of opens up the mid slots if you wanted to also use these for tackling and using your fighters simultaneously.
Yes.
So you can tackle with a scram and a grapple.
Lancer says, I'm not sure why scouting is such a big deal. You can just bump carriers off the tether, right? The idea is, sure, if there's a couple of them, but like, for example, in CO2, we would have like 500 carriers on an Astrahus. Yeah, exactly. We would have an unfathomable amount of them, and all of them have a ton of fighters, and they're all attacking another building hella far. There's no counterplay. Even if you try to like go to the Astra house and start dropping on them or whatever, like we literally are instructed to say fuck your drones and just you can't die unless you're hella unlucky and they pick you first, right? And it's just a shitty carrier. They were so cheap. Skydiving was annoying because it was like there's like no counterplay to it as far as I know, unless you like the guy who owns the Citadel and he flips it on you or some shit like that. But that has nothing to do with the Skynet itself. Yeah, basically you don't really get an opportunity. The weapons timer is so short, it's unbelievable.
And then have 3 fighters coming and
Exactly.
and so it's going to add if people are trying to brawl you. But the other big difference here too is you are allowed to use the micro jump field generator with this
Yes.
on.
Correct. Yes. So we still wanted to maintain that mobility that was added to the carriers back a couple of years ago. So you are still able to use the micro jump field generator.
You know, I don't think of mobility when I
drive,
think of carriers.
while you have this active.
And you'll see if someone has this running, it has this effect on the ship here.
Yeah,
This shimmering that's happening is when I turn this on.
Yes, you can see the shimmering. So it is like visible that that's active.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same as say like a siege.
If I saw that in space, I would have no idea what the fuck is going on. I would think it's a skin. But that's more on me than the devs.
mode, but in terms of like
Nice
if you're
skin,
looking
bro.
at it,
He's
or
just,
if you're
like,
looking for
nuking
it,
me.
You will find it.
You will see that this one does have it on and it's stuck there for 2 minutes, so to speak.
Yes.
You can still move around the grid. You can still MJD.
Yep.
Um,
No, exactly.
you can't warp with it though.
No.
So you're grid committed, so to
grid
speak.
committed. Yeah.
It also just doubles the chance for someone to punish your Skynet. That's kind of what they're getting at. Is like instead of just a minute weapons timer when you abandon the drones, turn the module off. Now you have to sit there for sometimes up to 2 minutes, which should, I guess, ostensibly give time for people to like drop Titans and start nuking you if they're that overpowered. But I don't know what cat people do. I just work here.
Well, I jumped everything except the NID, which was at the very end. Well, poor NID.
Mm.
I think these changes. So what CCP has often done is when they look at carriers and touch them, they go completely in one direction with them. If we just think back to like when fighters were changed, and
He's about to be like, ah, fucking CCP. Wait a second, I work for the CCP now. You could tell he's like, he's invested in the carrier story. Bjorn B 100% is. And that's good for us.
it's like really wide swings. This feels way more iterative on the current version of the carrier.
Yes.
Make them cheaper so we see usage because we're not seeing people use them nearly as much as we want to. Don't let it completely compete with Dreads. Let them have their own things that they do.
Yep.
And then let the carrier not have to just warp away when it's conduited something. Let it stay on grid and
Yes.
play around. Let's see.
All right, motherfuckers, hold on. Your boy, don't. If someone says pirate software, I'm gonna ban myself. All right, just say it. All right, so here's the deal. Carriers. Here's a carrier, right? Woo, little carrier bro here. The fighters come out of the carrier and they just do fighter shit, right? They're all like, haha. They shoot the lasers at the enemy, right? Here's what I'm thinking. And I know this is going to be controversial, but I don't care. What if we, and hear me out, this is going to go somewhere probably. What if we just did this? What if we just completely got rid of fighters altogether? But wait, stop. What if instead, this is going to blow your fucking mind because I'm just so omniscient, right? What if instead you had your buddy, and this is right here. This is actually, you don't know who this is, but this is our dear friend Paolo. You may know him, you may know his brother. So this is Paolo. What if you had Paolo do one of these, and he goes up to your carrier and he fucking enters that bitch with his cruiser and below ship. Now, repeat this with, wait for it, Mateo. Now you got the Patel twins in there. You do this a few times, maybe throw a fucking Jerry in there, right? Get the classics. Throw them in. And then once their ships are in there, this is the part where it gets fucking weird. You can push a button to launch them and they fly that ship. However, you're giving them extreme bonuses. Jared says I dropped this idea 10 minutes ago. Well, I fucking stole it then and didn't even know. So get wrecked, and I'm going to delete the evidence. Where's the evidence? Yeah, okay, so Gerald had this idea, but what he doesn't know is that I have the ability to go back here and change. Here we go. I can change history by deleting his message. And then, right? My idea. You made this? I made this. Me. Anyway, we're just gonna remove Jerry here because we're gonna put in Paro here. All right, so Parody, Gerald just got fired, by the way. So Parody, now inside of my carrier. Here's the part that's crazy. Give them crazy bonuses. Allow the carrier to like focus on one in particular to give it extreme extra bonuses. Make some way to like empower your friends. Now, granted, you're like, oh, I want to fly it solo. I don't care about you. That's my final thought. I don't care about you. I want to see the Patel twins with like twice the MS they should normally have. That's all I fucking want. You trying to tell me this wouldn't be used in LoSec? If you could fucking buff the Patels? Gerald, good idea, bro. Love you, man. I'm in a screenshot. No. So let's do it this way. There's two types of carriers: a fighting carrier, and then a support carrier, right? And then super carriers. There's three types of carriers. I'm talking about one that can empower your friends, and you're gonna see the shit in LoSec if you do this. I promise you. I don't want boosts. I want like literally I want like the carrier pilot to have like a bunch of buttons they can push to meddle like a bard. That's what I want. Every nano gang would have a carrier. Every single fucking one of them. No one can have capitals in LoSec? Well, I guess Snuffed Out, Deep Water, they can have them. Maybe not us, it's true. Yeah, you already made that joke? Okay, sorry. In theory, Osroni, in theory. Anyway, let's finish watching the video. Sorry for my just deranged
players
rant.
actually do with that. If they're cheap enough and have the ability to move around and somewhat tank themselves, I think we're going to see quite a bit more of them.
I really
Sexually.
hope so. I mean, it's one of my favorite
Multi
classes.
Boxers OP?
I think, yeah, from my point of view, this is the start of the journey for me, for carriers.
Yeah.
I really want to hear feedback from the community. I want to like talk more with the CSM. I mean, the CSM have been involved quite heavily.
Yeah, okay. Let's give them our feedback right now. I think let's be more fair about this. I'm going to give you the feedback right now. Right now, the carrier, right? Carrier. It's basically so you have the tech one, and then you have super, and that's it. That's pretty much the whole fucking thing. And you can put like a dummy here if you want. This is the line. And like we have a problem with this because this needs to be combat. If it's not, this feels miserable. We're playing a spaceship game where we don't have a carrier unless we're literally God mode endgame and willing to risk it. We need some type of weapons platform for people to imagine and to build on. So if we want to make the Tech 1 carrier utility, we need to have two types. Ute and PvP and fighting, right? So Ute and fighter. We're going to spell like this. Fighter. Hell yeah. So we got a Ute and the fighter. Okay. We need a fighter carrier. I don't know how you do that, CCB, but we need to give somebody something between the Dami and the super to aspire to, right? I don't know how you do it. What I recommend is making it way smaller, making its jump drive pathetic, and then making it actually scrappy on grid somehow. But I'm a dumb fuck, so obviously don't listen to me. But we need to bridge that gap for imagination. That's all. And I don't expect it to be fixed now. I just want to give the feedback in case anybody's watching this that I love the utility angle of this. I just think that we need to address that gap in imagination.
Conversation.
What's up, Blue Gray?
But I really want to see us like, okay, this is the first.
What's up, Mahoninator?
We have some ideas of what we want to take for the next
What's
one.
up, dude?
But really, it's like listening to the community and like getting some feedback and seeing like, okay, are we seeing extra usage? And with the extra usage, are we seeing additional problems or pain points that we need to address? I think to me that's a really healthy way of looking at the ship itself, because also the carrier meta in general is quite a delicate.
What's up, Saint? I'd like it if they added
strong,
it.
then that's all you see.
Yep, exactly.
And if they're too weak, we don't see them anywhere.
Yeah,
unless you know.
Yeah. No, precisely. So
that's why you make a fighting Tech 1 carrier that's actually a little bit weak, and you make the utility one overpowered. That's just the easy way out of this. That way we get carriers showing up. You know, godly players will still use them even if they're weak, just for the fun to style. You'll see them occasionally.
So I think this feels like I think we've done some really like healthy changes.
Yeah.
I'm
I
super
think
excited
it's
for
good.
them,
This
like,
whole
when they look into
patch
it
is
too.
really
They,
awesome.
they had you see like the lights on them all change when they go
Add
into
tubes and
warp, it
fires to the
becomes, like,
OD.
Yeah.
darker color, and then it goes back to this beautiful blue when it's done.
There is also something
There you go,
really cool
Shadow.
with Thanatos. So you've got the decks where it launches.
Yeah.
When you recall them, they go into the deck underneath, and then as they refuel,
Get the
Yeah.
fuck
they
out of
pop
here.
back up into the deck above.
Get the
It's
fuck
very
out of
cool.
here.
Actually, let's look at that. Let's go a little closer here. We know that they've all sat back down over here.
Mm.
So when I send them out, they're going to be told to undock. Like we said before, these are not the actual things that you're controlling. These will catch up with the control part of the ship. So this
I'm
is not
fine
going to
with
slow
that.
down you launching fighters and getting the
So
the
then
desired effect out there.
if you turn around and look at the back of the back and slightly underneath,
So it's not this part here.
We're gonna vid
it's-
some of this stream.
there
Oh,
should be
fuck
the
yeah.
one just there.
This one here.
What's mine is yours,
If we
brother.
call them
OS
back
Ronnie
in
Now,
says,
pull them back in.
as a self-proclaimed cap expert, this patch will bait many people into carriers. You think so? Yeah, there'll just be more suitcase kills,
You
right?
should return. Well, they
Maybe they went in from the front.
maybe they did. Yeah.
I don't know. If
Uh,
I didn't
technical
realize
difficulty.
that they actually flew back in.
It must be the Wi-Fi.
Too.
Yeah.
I don't think he used any abilities.
I can't talk about technical
Oh, that's
difficulty.
a good
I had no
point.
sound
That's why
yesterday
it was.
or on Tuesday.
Yeah, sure.
I thought maybe this is where they'd come in from. But the fact that when you load, I want to show it again because that
Yeah,
looked
yeah,
so damn cool when you had Fighter Bay. It's variants. What players do with all of these ships. I am so excited to see what players do with all of these ships.
Mhm.
With the new mining destroyers and its variants, with the Odysseus, and the host of activities that you can do with it. I don't think there's one right way to fit it because it depends on the activity you're doing.
Of course, yeah.
And then to see what ends up happening with the carrier meta, so to speak. And
You guys think I could do that job? Sit there and talk about the patches? You think I could do that? There's no way. Dude, I would rage quit instantly. I couldn't do that. This is harder than it looks, dude. I'm serious.
the whole ecosystem of carriers, how they get used on small to large scales. I think these are very, very cool additions. And thank you very much for taking the time, both of you, to come
worries.
talk about these things.
Thank you very much for having us.
Is there anything we've missed when it comes to ships in general?
Do just want to mention the fax bays. So the
fax base.
the fax bays.
Yeah.
So
Oh, what did we forget?
we are going to be increasing the fuel bay of all of the faxes from 3,000 to 6,000. It's just a small quality of life thing that we wanted to do.
But we're
Good
not
shit.
increasing the amount that it can carry in an SRA.
No.
Carriers will be the.
Carriers are carriers and faxes are faxes, and you won't you won't convince me otherwise.
Bro, how is he not adorable as fuck? Come on now. Look at him.
Perfect. Thanks for
They're-
pointing that out.
they're
There's
adorable
some
too,
people
but
who are
I'm-
like, well,
I'm
do faxes
just
also get a
sorry.
bigger? No, they
Nope.
do not get a bigger.
They do not. No.
I'm standing right now.
Awesome. Thank you both, CCP Trash Panda and CCP
I can see you
Tactical,
taking a
for the
job
time.
there. No shot.
Thank you all for tuning in. If you have any questions, we are listening.
I'm not good at this stuff.
Write them wherever you're
This is hard to do, dude. Like this community management stuff. Like you got to definitely walk a line, and like you what's they give them a lot of leeway though. To be fair, why don't they make faxes the suitcase? I don't know, Shadow. You tell me. I think it's because carriers are called carriers. Crazy how different B looks with facial hair. B's the boy. I'm assuming the older two videos don't have anything I need to watch. This one's short as hell. So obviously I do have a pretty strong question here that I should probably ask you guys for help with. I want an Outrider, right? So how do I get this on launch day? Anybody know how this works? I'm such a lazy sack of shit. Give a man a small audience and he will literally leverage them for the most mundane of tasks in the name of content. Do faxes live long enough for that? Are they squish? I've never rocked a fax before. I did buy a Dread, never used it. The script was mostly done last night, but I might snag a couple insights from you. Please, Drone Bay. And this time, don't shout me out. Just fucking live your life. and link it to us so we can watch it. Hell yeah, dude. Tech 1 Desi BPO. So I need the Pioneer BPO for this? Invent to make Tech 2 blueprint, copy, then build. So how do I, okay. Did I tab out for a kill? Live long enough for what? Somebody said make faxes the suitcase, not carriers. Xixing Zero Ping is here. What's up, dude? Obviously the most goated name. Get a pod to Aurospace, buy a BPO, then on launch day, Pak Fin Express back home. So buying a BPO is LP? Or like, can I just have one of y'all buy it for me and give you extra money? Like, how does this work? Do I have to do it? Like, I'll pay 1 billion ISK for delivery. Tekmo Desi will just be ISK. Interesting. BBC from Lure showed where to go in one of his vids, but then you have to build it. Which video was that?
Well, we had a question.
I gotta watch these later. That's awesome. I'm not gonna watch it. I just want to see what it was. What was it called? Oh my god, look how many videos Loros makes. Holy fuck, dude. Is he cutting these from stream? I don't even pay attention anymore. Who watches Loro too? Is he cutting these from stream or are these all original produced? That's sick, dude. Good for fucking him. You should link that to me, by the way. He cuts him from stream? Okay, that's way more. That's what makes way more. I was about to say, like, holy shit. He has no time for anything otherwise. That's awesome. Torden, thank you for that, no doubt. Prepare for Billions is the one? Okay. This, right here. This one. Nice. I can't watch an hour-long video, though. But much love. Half and half, yeah. Laura's on vacation last week, too? That's sick. Dude, Laura's doing the most. I love him. Further up. This. Hold on one second. There's no chapters. I don't want to watch a long-ass video. I just watched a long-ass video. But shout out to my boy, Lorumirth.
Well, we had a
tired of
question.
YouTube putting their face in the thumbnail. I don't know how to say this, but that's like a huge component to like growth in that space. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see someone do that, like our boy Laura, when he puts the face in the thumbnail, it's because he wants to grow huge, right? And he's never shy about that. But yeah, I mean, whenever you see stuff that's done for growth, it's like you could cringe at it, I guess. But just make no mistake, I don't think anybody's hiding it, right? Mostly from stream. What's up, Freakazoid? But anyway, I guess I'm just mitigating it. But yeah, I mean, who the hell likes the face in every thumbnail? Nobody likes that. You do it for growth, though. Frying the children's brain? I mean, come on. I don't think that's what Laura was doing, bro. Not attacking him? Okay. Yeah, I think most people don't like the trends people do to get growth, but you know. If you're just gonna grow and make videos and have a good time and like make it into a thing like that, what's wrong with that? I think it's good. But I know you're not attacking him. Some people do though. So I'm used to like kind of pushing back a little bit about that. My local food store, they started selling a soda called Brain Rot. I need that. He's probably one of the most wholesome guys. I mean, that's my interactions with him, mate. SB points. All right, so here's the deal. I need an outrider in my hangar on the day of. I could pay somebody to do it, but like they probably just won't do it. So I gotta do it myself. So I have to get a Tech 1 BPO copy from Or, basically. Which means that I'm gonna need, I suppose, LP for them. I mean, I'm talking about getting an Outrider, not an Odysseus, by the way. Drumbass says I've talked with Laura a couple of times. He seems like a genuinely nice dude. Yeah, he's cool. I just call it what it is. Like he's going for like a big audience. He's going for lots of content. He's going for all types of fun stuff, you know? And he's fucking good at it. I'll do a run out for you if you want. No PBOs are on NPC. Oh, really? Why only one Outrider? Will you boost with it, or what? Asking you here if you're tired of the question? No, dude, please. Tired of the questions. Come on, Blu-ray. You've been here long enough. Tired of the questions, me? Thank you guys for volunteering, by the way. I should just obviously figure it out myself to not rely on y'all. So Blue Gray wants to know why only one Outrider. Well, an Outrider would be a boosting ship. Ostensibly, it would mine less than, you know, your venture prospects. But I don't know. I don't think it has like strong gas huffing boosts, so or bonuses. So it'll basically be a booster primarily that also skims gas itself. So you wouldn't want more than one of them. But yeah, I'll basically replace the Magoose with it. Cam says, I heard the routes to and from Orspace are super camped. Yeah. I hope a court made out. I think it could be a fun run to do. You know, the problem is I'm not going to have anybody do it for me, because if I have one person do it for me and they don't do it, I'll be like, okay, well, why did I do that? If I have a bunch of people volunteer to do it, they're all going to bring it over to me, and I don't need that many copies. So this is a situation where I got to do it myself. But I appreciate you for what it's worth. I mean, you might as well get yourself some. Get PBO for Pioneer. Start making copies and invent it into Outrider. Run short epic on your tunes. Get Pioneer for free. 2 days later, you can build an Outrider. 2 days later? 2 days? What is this? Bro, don't you know I'm a content creator? 2 days. Come on now. What is this? I need that shit now. When how the new scanning will work on gas? New scanning? 1v1 me at the sun. Alright, cutie, I will. Shit. Finding a secret route should be your thing? Sure, of course. Where's Aura Space? Aura stands for Outer Ring Excavation, so I'm assuming it's an outer ring. That's my guess. But I guess I can't sit here and be 100% sure. Planning on doing it for myself? Yeah, thank you, Shadow Fox, for volunteering as well. Yeah, I think I'll just do it myself this time. Oh, build time 2 days? Fuck. Oh, damn. Alright. Fine. Fine. Domf Diggler, what's up? Thank you for the follow. If you guys don't know, every time I get a follow, I take that person's soul and I pop the cork off of a bottle and I throw them in there. Now, there are some lettuce clippings and shredded carrot pieces in there that you can graze on with the other souls. But into the bottle you go and cork goes back on. Freakazoid says, no, my soul. And if you unfollow, you instantly die. It's true. That's true. A bunch of people are unfollowing, like, I've had enough. Love you guys. Stick around. I need y'all here. It's more fun with you. 2 days, you know how many subs I have? Exactly. Don't you know who the fuck I am, dude? I have tens of people watching me in the EVE Online category, alright? Crispy Chicken, what's up, dude? I see you. Okay. What are you doing with me? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You put me in a bottle? No. Of course not. Easy way out of ore systems. Instant undock from station. Warp to a safe space. Eat POC in the filament. And when you're in POC, just eat extraction and you're done. True. Yeah, I like that route. I'm going to tell you my mom. Give me your mom's number, please. You see Hawks are taking Cobalt Edge? Dead ass? No. Hawks? Okay. So... I mean, I don't know anything about anything, but is that not an overextension for Hawks? Are they just doing it casually, or? Oh, Hard Knocks is grouping with them for the Sov? Come on, dude. Jesus tits. Ugh. There's 4 A stations in 4C and 2 in NM. I'm a ginger, I have no soul. Nah, you have a soul. We all have souls. You have extra soul. Your soul is a little red. How you doing, mister? Ginger people have cool freckles. Not all, I guess. Too scared to unsub. It's like a reverse death note. Can't wait for crit yield. Yeah, that'll be cool. I just don't do ice, so it's not gonna really affect me. You do ice, Torten? The ore story is pretty dope. Galente wanted to hustle him, and they said no thanks and dipped. Got rich off rocks and bought their own muscle. Even pirates can't mess with. Damn, dude. Her number is 555 big boobs with a Z. Okay, I'll give that a ring later. A ring on my rotary phone, my banana rotary phone. Hogs and Hard Knocks are part of the group with Scale Yourself. We took drones in 2018. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have been playing then actually. That's when I quit. Thank you for the lore drop. Outer ring, a heart, and outer ring greater than wield. Are you sure about the gas? Yeah, no, I don't think crit works for gas at all. That's the first I'm hearing about that. We looked at this pretty strongly earlier, and the overwhelming consensus was that the crit was only for like hard stuff, like crack, heroin. No, I mean like asteroid ores and ice, right? If crit works for gas, I mean obviously I have to redo all the math and I have to figure out those equations, but I think they just kajiggered the mining stuff specifically, and that's why the Pioneer is kind of exciting because people have more mining options now. But make no mistake, for gas, the Outrider is the lead that has been buried here. So Cobalt Edge is where they used to be, so they're taking it again now that Horde is kind of fail-skated. I'm just going to use the classic word here, no disrespect, out of the Northeast. You know what's funny is Droneslands has become increasingly more habitable to live. Back in the day, I remember a bunch of Russians group run this for a long time, and it was just like not the greatest space to have, but it was a lot of it. A lot of changes have been made to Null and Sov to make this quite palatable now. Jaku, what's up? They put a crit modifier on the ice harvesters, but the original Hubble Leaks had yield too low to net any additional ice blocks. Yeah, the idea is I think it would be skills and modules would like interact with it, kind of thing. I'm not sure. And because of the ice block size, it doesn't round right. Yeah. I don't know how ice works. Trying to get Chlorokin to 1v1 with the sun and Amamake. Damn, on my hauler? Dude, that's brutal. That's brutal, bro. That's like, how am I gonna do that? Let me go fight this asshole. First one to haul roughly 3,000 meters cubed of stuff to the asteroid belt wins. I believe there should be nullsec regions that nobody wants. Yeah, yeah, sure. I like that too. Ensid, how you doing? Welcome back to my humble chat. The place that I make funny faces at. Dude, I keep accidentally rhyming shit and just feeling like an absolute fucking gangster. It keeps happening to me lately. I'm not sure what's going on, but I feel good. Good to see you. I hope you're well. I'm wishing good health to all of my handsome and beautiful chatters. Nobody's at the sun. Ha! Convenience. Convenience. I show up in a blockade runner and there's nobody to duel me. Absolutely uncouth behavior. I'm docking back up. You've lost your one and only chance. I was gonna play the guitar and play some RimWorld. You know? But he doesn't want the 1v1. Fair enough. Alright, I'm going back. Unbelievable. And said, hope you have a good day. We have a faction titan out here in Amamake, and let's take a look at that bad boy. Whoa! That's a fatty right there. It looks like something out of a movie. Looks like a crab. Looks like a devourer from StarCraft. I mean, that's pretty dope. Let's enjoy that. Imagine being a little ship caught in that Angel Cartel masterpiece. Sheesh. Croissant. Xi Jinping profoundly declares it the croissant titan. You had to pull the RimWorld card, eh? Yeah, Spooky just ran out of the room when I hit him with that. Oh god. So I need to go get a blueprint for the tech one. So basically I just need to have a guy down there at launch and then just pocket back, right? Simple. And as far as skills, I mean, I don't even have Tech 2 skills for shit. Like, what type of skills am I gonna need to make it? Am I gonna need some special jumps? Because I promise you, I ain't got that. Let's take a look at my production. It ain't pretty, yo. I got advanced small ship construction. Is that gonna be sufficient to make the Pioneer? You say use cover ship and carry Pochvan filaments. Tech 2 command destroyers? Oh, it'll be similar skills for that. So yeah, I can make these apparently. If I can make a Magoose, you think I can make a Utreiter? Utreiter? I've flown a little Utreiter. I can't even commit to this shit. Brutal. Mini Nomad episode with Odysseus alone would be interesting. Yeah. Yeah, of course the thought has crossed my mind. You know. But you will see other people be doing that as well. People will certainly jump on that. I might not need to. But you probably won't see the Odysseus in this episode. You will see the Outrider though. Things go my way. So I've got the skills to make them a goose, which means we might be able to make the Utreiter. If you can I buy one? Oh, you got the skills? Oh my god. For an Outrider, you just need that? Squall Phoenix, how you doing? I'm doing well, thank you. We were just going over the patch. Pretty much done now. Probably won't be streaming for too much longer. Thank you, Dabu. Dabu is pretty good at Hobo Leaks parsing. But I kind of wanted to know what I needed to do to build the Outrider, because the Outrider is something I'm going to need. I'll probably build a bunch of them. Should we just wait? I'm one jump out. Alright, I'm going to log off. I'm in tomorrow now. I also have a token and a miner I could potentially scoop arena if we wanted to. I gotta admit, not really too crazy about the token and the miner. I probably won't do that. Not now. Not here. Not like this. Squeaky says you're scared? Deadass. I am. Will it be Orb Station BPO? Yeah, I think that's what they're saying. You can just buy it, yeah. I tip my hat to you. Does anybody have any questions or things they want to talk about the patch upcoming? Anything we missed? Anything you aren't clear about? Anything that's like would be helpful to talk about for other people that I didn't really stress before we wind that zombie down? I'm also gonna hand out a skin for one of you guys too, just because I have a bunch. Just stand by for that. Best strategy on docking the ore stations? Yeah, I mean, just an insta undock bookmark should be fine. Token miner probably better for solo players like me. Hey, I'm solo. What do you mean? I'm not a solo player because I multi-box? That's horse shit. I'm just kidding. Some people feel that way though. How we get the Consortium Pioneer BC? Consortium Pioneer? I think the same way, no? But you might have to use LP for that one. Is Consortium Pioneer LP from Ore Shops or what? All right, let's do it like this. I'm gonna do a little 5-minute giveaway on Discord for anybody that's here chilling in the background. The way it works, let me do the link first. Just pop on my Discord, and whoever gets called, you'll get a Metamorphosis skin. Here's the link for those that don't have it. We're still gonna be chilling though. But just head over there and G-Star, duration 5 minutes, 1 Metamorphosis skin. Then we'll wind this sumbitch down. Make sure to spam the Poopomo. It's actually pretty important. If you don't do this, what happens is it doesn't draw a winner. So the Poopa mode is arguably more important than the actual entry. Someone put the fork next to the poop. I don't know about that. Oh god. Oh god. All right. Good luck on that. Anybody can enter. You got 5 minutes. And what we'll do is we'll give you one of those medium miasma skins. Like I said, if there's anything about the patch that you think is important that we missed, let me know now. I'll probably be there on the day it launches if I can help it. Let me see. That's gonna be Tuesday. Yeah, I'll be here streaming. I might stream at downtime that day, just then go grab the thing and chill out and talk about it. So if I'm not on a downtime, I'll go a little bit later in the day. Interesting NeoFetch screens. Thank you. I guess thank you. Maybe not. Maybe not. Cone Smashington, another Debian logo, but not the other one. The other one is a pretty contemporary one. You'll probably recognize it when I do it like this. It's an Arch downstream called CachyOS. Very, very, very popular for just plug and play gaming these days. It's I think it's the fastest growing distro. It's a nice one. The mining destroyers are worth for nullsec operations, that and being a solo character. Yeah, so I would wait and see on the mining destroyers. I think they're better than barges for solo players that just want to like get shit done and not just get insta-caught, but I'm not sure. I don't really know much about mining. You see the new Steam Deck? Yeah, the Steam, the Gabe Cube. We've been talking about that on the Linux Discord a lot, even on my personal Discord. Guys, by the way, reminder, go to my Discord. I posted a link, and go to the giveaways channel and click the present to enter. We'll give away a special partner only skin for the person that gets called. Can you run it on it? I never heard of it. Yeah, it's new. Yeah, I don't use any of the fetches. I used to use Arch a lot, but then converted back to Debian with a bad OR experience. Yeah, so CachyOS would basically be Arch with a really user-friendly installation and otherwise driver searching process. That's the best way I could describe it. So most of us are technically on Arch. However, it's very easy. The headset looks pretty sweet too. Yeah, so I mean, I saw the announcement from Valve and I was like, holy shit, like I might not have to buy a second computer, but I don't know what to do with that graphics card now. Tried SteamOS? I haven't. I haven't got a Steam Deck. I haven't even looked at SteamOS. No, you're actually not locked into an OS on the new thing. You'll be able to install any OS you want. I think it comes default with SteamOS and KDE on it though. Plasma. KDE Plasma. What is Arch about the 30-minute linear installation process and choning? Exactly. What is it? It's actually awesome. More people can like start using the OR. It's nice. But yeah, it does kind of eschew the traditional experience, the rite of passage. It's true. Bunch of filthy casuals using Arch now. Good luck, guys. 2 minutes on the giveaway. How's the ND support driver support on those? I mean, it would be pristine, right? The two things they're doing with the new hardware is they're adding a compatibility layer for ARM, which is potentially huge as a bridge to like Mac computers and making Linux more accessible on those. So Valve is actually putting work on the compatibility layer for ARM, which I don't have to explain. I don't know the most, but I understand the premise. The other thing that they're doing is they're working heavily on the ability for VR compatibility. I don't know the specifics at all, but those two things are two things that have kind of been like a smudge on Linux. Never got the laptop integrated mic to work. I might try change the OS to Mint. Yeah, Mint's sweet. We recommend Mint or Cachy on my Linux Discord. By the way, for those that don't know about it, we have a Linux Discord. This is unrelated to the current giveaway. I'll just spam it just in case you guys aren't on there. 42 seconds. Good luck. Last call in the giveaway. 30 seconds. Yeah, some people debloat Windows 10. Some use Windows 11, don't care. Some use Windows subsystem for Linux. Some people do a dual boot. Whatever you like, well, I don't care. It's all good. I'll tell you what I like, but I'm not going to tell you what you like. We have a mostly how to participate. You just go to my Discord and click on it's probably too late now. You go to my Discord and there's a giveaways channel. This is where I do it so YouTube can get involved too if they want. 312 says I've been running Cachy with an NVIDIA card and surprising no issue. Yeah, I mean, the NVIDIA support's there, mate. It really is. Cumby Bear. Congratulations, Cumby Bear. I'm going to DM you on Discord. Hi. And we're going to get you this sweet skin. Yeah, I'm definitely going to talk more about the Steam hardware as I learn more about it. We'll probably watch a video at some point. Maybe even tomorrow. Make sure to send me your username on Discord, not on chat, to get around impersonators. Good luck, everybody, on the next one. Only one winner, sadly. I have a Windows system for gaming and Linux bare metal rack server and like all the VMs. Yeah, we've got a home lab channel. It's nice. The Linux Discord's great. I mean, you really can't go wrong there. Cumby, congratulations. Let me give you your little prize arena, yeah? Metamorphosis skin looks pretty good. This is the Media Miasma color tone. So this is basically blue and pink and fancy. Here is what it looks like. We still have 14 more of these. So, whoa, going out of control there. We still have a ton more of these to give out. If you didn't win one, you really want one, don't worry, plenty of chances. Congratulations though, Cumby Bear. Glad you got something nice. Hopefully this brightens your day a little bit. And rest assured that we will continue to have fun and talk about the game and learn about stuff and, you know, have our chill days as well. Hopefully this was entertaining way to go about the patch notes, kind of just bantering back and forth about it. I will continue to do this whenever something new comes up. Yeah. But it is time for me to carry on, as one wayward soul might do. Yeah? Thank you so much for coming for real. I got a bunch of stuff at the bottom of the screen now. Blah, 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 blah. Stream alerts, codes. Who cares? Just appreciate y'all coming. Everybody over on YouTube, Life After, Shadow Fox, Mad Mike Bro Dude, Ivan. Thank you guys for coming and keeping the YouTube chat lively. I love that you guys have your own culture over there. It's hilarious. Everybody over on Twitch, thank you for showing up. The relentless support, the entertaining kind of back and forth, also challenging the analysis I've made, which is good. Appreciate all of you. Debut 07 buddy, Gerald, see ya bud. Burnout, glad you got a message in, see ya. Take care. Peter, you are welcome. Thank you for coming by. Blue Gray, much love right back at you. Dank Gravy, good to have you join the Corp. We will, of course, be killing somebody this weekend or die trying. Although we won't really be dying because how do you die blopsing? It's pretty hard unless you just really don't care. Fish, thank you for coming. Appreciate your presence as always. The best of boys. Thank you for the relentless chat in the Linux Discord as well. Keeping the self-hosting channel alive. Jijing Zero Ping says bye, adios, amigo. Lucas says 07, see ya. Evil Funkus says thanks for the stream, enjoy the day. I will. I wasn't going to until you said that, but now I will. Shit's crazy out here. Squall Phoenix 07, fun stream says Scotty. Take care, you too. Ta-ta for now. Dodge this. The Pagel says 07. Have a great day. No, you. I refuse. You have my great day instead. So many people watch my stream now. It's crazy. This used to be like, I would say a couple people's names. Now it's like so many people. I love you guys. 31207. Don't be afraid to do it too. It's fun. Raw Dog, adios. Dwayne, thank you for coming by. Hope things are fun and well. Sal Sui, you fly safe. You fly curiously. Mr. Sherlock, adios. Evil Fungus says, hells yeah. Hell yeah. Let me see if I can just maybe do a raid brighten someone else's day here real quick. Let me take a quick goosey gander. I see a Wombat. I see a Badman Larry. Who else is streaming Eve? If anybody have like a channel that they think would be good to raid to. Let's see. Porter Savage. What's that guy up to? Learning the game, day 3. Dude, here we go. We're raiding him. So one thing I ask of folks that decide to stick around on Twitch to a raid, just be nice to whomever we raid. Even if they're annoying or cringe, just be nice to them. Leave if you don't like them. Otherwise, chat with them. Who knows? Maybe you'll make a new friend. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Hit me up on Discord if you like, and goodbye.